Good evening. Well, give some time, let everybody come in. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I probably did shit. I don't know. I think I put 7:30. I don't know. Hey, Double D. 6:30 a.m. Girl, did I put it? My bad, though. I thought I put in the evening. My bad. Just know if y'all ever see a.m., it's never gonna be in the morning. I will never ever do a live that early in the damn morning because if I ain't going to work, I'll be asleep. Hey, D Hicks. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm never gonna be up that damn early. The devil is a lie. I actually have something different for y'all playing tonight. Almost rescheduled today. And I just want to put a broad memo. I am not talking about nothing political. That is not gonna happen. I don't do that. Eddie. Hey, Giovanna. I'm so sorry. I hope that gets fixed for y'all quickly. Hey, Miss Neek.
Hey, baby, have a good day. Okay, what you make me eat? Can I get one? You don't care. You don't want to talk about nothing. You give me half-ass response, and I'm over it. How can someone have no emotion? All you with that married shirt on. Nice. Look at your haircut. You looking all good. You ain't even gonna smile for me? Mm, I got chips for us to do movie night. Get some get something nice.
All right. Sorry, I was looking at something. Let's see. Go to my playlist. Yeah, gonna because like I told you, we're doing something different today. So I got some videos that hopefully will work today. No, don't play a fucking video yet. I did not tell you to do that. Yo, I'm already getting irritated because this shit is not working like the fuck I wanted to.
Pull up a chair. We got another great story for you today.
No, we are not doing the R Lounge. Not today.
Can't beat them. Bring them down with you.
Yeah, it's got to be crazy going this long
A little healthy
without
competition.
no bag on power.
But you sure ruin a few people's lives. Friends spread rumors about me.
Ooh. No, I didn't know that Danny had her own little TV show, YouTube show, whatever show it is. I didn't know. So no, I have not seen it. I have, however, been watching a lot of the 20 verse ones, and I have to say, y'all, I find that to be one of the most toxic shit ever. But it's one of the things that it's toxic as shit. You know, it's toxic as shit, but you got to still watch it. So I haven't watched that. I gotta help get a new computer, y'all. This shit irritates me. So we can do that one right there. There we go. I don't even watch baddies. I can't stand baddies. Okay. Let's do this. Hey, who want me to judge? Back away.
You feel me? I work hard. I got 3 different businesses. You feel me? I'm an owner of something. Like I got a full-time job. Like I want to be loved, but I don't mind a woman have her own thing going on. I ain't no hater. Okay. You feel me? We get to it together.
You got kids?
I got one son.
Okay,
yes,
so you don't mind a woman with kids?
Hell no. Oh, hell no.
You want more?
Yes, I wouldn't mind. You feel me? The mother of my child has her own family going on. You feel me? So it's not like I got any drama going on. I just financially see my son when I'm able to see him. You feel me? So you feel me? I don't mind a woman who have her own.
You got
thing.
your own space out here too?
Hell yeah, I do my own thing.
Let me know something now.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Several months later.
So when I asked on the show, you got your own space out here too?
Hell yeah, I do my own thing.
He announced, yeah. To me, yet again, if you say yeah, I'm thinking you have your own, you're established out here. Mm-hmm. So when I asked him if he did, I was like, I hope you weren't lying. You do actually have your own space out here. And then he was like, oh no, he was like, I was lying. I live with my grandma. And I was like, what? Like, you just.
I got 3 different businesses. You feel me? I'm an owner of something. Like.
I told her I was feeling down, girl. She lit up the sage and she smudged me.
The way the body is, yeah, we like that, But it was, for me, it was the kind of that sarcasm, and your facial expressions was real strong. And I was like, I can't do it. And then lastly, I don't know, I just wasn't getting positive energy from it. So, I was like, I might have to light some Palo Santo around you just to bring some positive energy, around you and everything. But yeah, that was why I popped my balloon.
What?
Okay. Anything you have to say in regards to that?
You know what? Perception is reality. I don't think you really know me, but I could understand off of optics. We all have our own point of view and our perspectives. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I am very sarcastic. I like to be funny. I like to joke. So it can be off-putting to a few folks, and that's your preference. It's cool.
And then you come here pretending there is a serious issue to avoid facing the fact that you gain.
Okay. And sir, if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Yes, my name is Elam, and I'm 38 years old. I popped my balloon not because you're not gorgeous, not because some men can't hold space for your emotions, but for me, it was the weight loss. And while we are all proud of you for losing the weight, I am considering the risk long term. You may have health problems down the line that we may have to work with, and the habits that you've developed over time are going to be challenging to upkeep in your 40s and 50s and 60s. So for me, I'm concerned about your health.
Come on now, dog.
Long period of time.
Come on, man.
Okay. And your response to that?
I am vegan-ish. I don't eat beef, pork, chicken, or dairy. Because I am a health nut, I go get tested for everything. I have no high cholesterol, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no nothing. I'm completely healthy. My blood pressure is A1. I work out 5 to 6 times a week. I strength train as well. I eat very clean. I'm just in a thicker body, very physically fit outside the clothes. But to each his own. If you're worried about health things, just because somebody's in a smaller frame doesn't make them healthier than me. And to be honest with you, I'm a little thick, but I can run with the big boys or the big girls. I get down in the gym, baby. I do it all. So I understand.
Joseph Smith. I'm 37.
And Joseph, what do you do?
I'm an Uber and Lyft driver full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I don't know. It's the knee, the right knee. You got something going on. I don't know what it is. I got eczema. And I use coconut oil. Yeah, zoom in on that.
Please.
And I just don't know why it's like that. So I seen it and I was like, she not gonna take my coconut oil regimen seriously.
Okay.
Everything else looked moisturized, but I seen that and that was kind of a red flag. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing.
Just the knee.
Just the knee. Right one.
Dang. You just did me.
No, everything else is good. You're beautiful, but that right there, to me, I gotta be moisturized.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I actually failed.
You fell?
I failed.
And I was thinking of something like that. I
in this healing process.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
you gotta take care of it.
understand.
You gotta take care of it.
Yeah, it's healing. So
Yeah.
we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. I just popped it just because I don't like your outfit.
Sure.
I like your face. I like your height. I like everything about you. Like, if you had something different on, I would definitely be like pick me. Oh, anime. Not that either. Pokemon
So that's
or
a deal
I think
breaker?
No, I don't know. It's just childish. But if you would have probably took the flannel off, maybe
Sure.
it would have gave a little bit more. But you making me hot standing in front of me.
Sure.
So yeah.
Sure.
But that's it.
No worries.
And your name's Chandler.
Yeah. Women.
So
Like the city.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
No worries.
So we do have an unpopped balloon
Yeah,
here.
Definitely.
If we can have your name and age. Hi, my name is Mishna. I'm 23. Okay. And Mishna, why do you still have your balloon unpopped? Well, with all of my fellow colleagues, they had a lot of good points, but I feel like when it comes to your outfit, you could always change your clothes.
Yeah.
And I feel like when she was talking about anime, I'm a big anime nerd.
Perfect.
And she was saying, "Oh, anime is childish." So I'm like,
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
watch
Yes,
anime.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
The way you were responding to the other lady's answers, it wasn't defensive. It wasn't like, "Well, I know I'm good looking." Like, but you seem very
Each their
nice.
own. Yeah.
You seem very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm looking for someone nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So let's walk on up here.
Yeah.
Come on up. Come
Yeah,
on
I'm
up.
with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. Yes, ma'am.
She decent, but you know, she's still over her ex. She got some shit going on with her ex. She got to figure that out first.
No, I really don't. I just, when I see her repetition, I know to go the opposite way. So
You project on the next man.
I'm not projecting. Okay.
You gonna figure it out though.
For sure. I'll take whatever you say.
You be good,
Next.
sweetheart. That part, baby.
Okay, pop again.
Let's go down on over here. All right. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I pop my balloon because you quiet.
In the bench. I'm always quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
I'm loud.
I can tell.
Yeah. So I don't know.
You'll be alright though, baby. You'll be alright.
Okay. And is she your type?
Not at all. But you alright. Somebody gonna be there for you.
Somebody will.
Just not me.
Yeah. That's why I pop my balloon. Yeah.
You'll be
Okay.
alright. You'll be
Next.
alright, baby.
Next.
You'll be alright, baby.
Next.
All right. You can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or I wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, the women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that.
Hold on.
You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not what it
eyes.
is. No,
That's
I was
all
looking at the
pointing
hair on
out.
your arms,
Anyways,
Queen.
she asked me the question.
Y'all, that was so savage of him. That was so savage. He said, I was looking at the hair on your arms. I can't lie. Maybe I'm a little desensitized to some of this shit, but I kind of feel him. And I ain't mad at him. A lot of these, because I've been watching a lot of these in the past 24 hours. And it goes both ways with the toxicity. But a lot of these women on here, they want the man to be 8 feet tall, no kids, have a certain voice, dress spectacular across the board. And even then, they still gonna find something to nitpick. I don't get it. Like I heard on one video, a girl said I like him, everything about him, but he's short. She said when she wears her heels, she be taller than him, so that's why she can't date him. Well, girl, my thing will be take off the damn heels. This guy, yeah, he could change his clothes and tone his personality down a lot. But I've heard so many superficial reasons why girls and guys on these whatever you want to call them say no, I don't want you. It's all superficial. It's never like it's almost never. I'm not attracted to you, or I don't feel a connection when we are asking these questions. It's usually something like I don't like his outfit. His hair doesn't look right. Oh, he's too short. Like what? Are you dumb? How about trying to get to know someone? Because clothes you can change. Height, just take your shoes off and you'll be fine. Sometimes a little height difference is best for you. Oh, of course, it's only gonna be superficial. That's the entertainment value. But it's just like it opens the mind because I hear that in real life too. Like even off of these, I hear like mainly I'm only saying girls right now because that's what we got right here on the screen. But I hear girls go, "Oh, I can't date that man. He's too short. I don't want nobody my height." And it's like he can't help his height. But what about the man? He might be the best man. And same for the men. Like that comment he made about the arm hair. Wow, that was funny as fuck. Dude, she could always get that wax. What the fuck you mean? Like, I don't know. I don't like that superficial shit. Maybe that's why I'm single now because I don't fall into that superficial shit. I ain't changing myself to get somebody. Nah, bitch, you gonna love me and my dents and craters in my ass for all that's worth.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally I was not gonna pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not gonna sit in every girl face and complimenting them. So I didn't find that offensive to me, but you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you're like a Ninja Turtle, you're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just act like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home. And it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber, and you're not even qualified to even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not
So
qualified.
you definitely not. If anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And the
ain't
one
my
that you
type.
wanted
If
popped
I
up.
seen, that's fine.
So
that is totally fine. But
Okay.
one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
Yeah, you
man off
can't do
camera.
that. You can't do that though, baby. Yeah, in a real way. You can't do that though, Queen.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
See, he ruined his own claim that he had, if he had any, when he had the nerve to say, "I could pull 100,000 out the bank right now." Baby, if you could, you wouldn't be on that show right now. Well, that YouTube video right now. You wouldn't be on that shit. Like that's what gets me. We probably gonna be on here that long, y'all. Oh, now he got fired. Oh, see, it be them stunt queens. How you get fired? You talking about you a plumber, but you got fired, but you claim you got fired. And second of all, if you not saying plumbers ain't a good job, but baby, I mean, you a plumber. You ain't. That's not impressing many people. Now? I am impressed you got a job. I'm genuinely impressed. But you said a plumber. I would expect to say, baby, I'm a CEO. I'm a VP. I own multiple McDonald's. Some shit. But you said a plumber and then end up being fired.
I just had to come up here and say the audacity of him. Like, my thing was, you should just be able to take constructive criticism, right? So, like,
Right.
they ask you, why are you not interested? And you say it, like the light skinned guy. You know, he was like, okay, that's that person's opinion. But then when you
Mhm.
start, that guy in the previous one, when you start like getting edgy and catty, like she said, he was acting sassy with that salsa dancer shirt on.
I
Like,
agree.
just be okay with people. You're just not the type. I mean, people are allowed to express their opinion, whatever, however it may be. I just thought that was he'll, and that's the reason why he's single now. I can guarantee you.
Oh, of course. There's only so much a person is gonna deal with a partner being that catty. I mean, what got me, the part that got me was
You cut out, Elmo.
that arm hair. Oh, what? Arm hair. Is that what we're basing it off of? Arm hair.
Now, what did you say? Because I missed. You cut out on everything you said.
Sorry. What I was saying was what got me was when he said he was looking at the girl's arm hair,
Mm-hmm.
and that women he deal with don't have arm hair.
They might shave, and they just don't. You just don't know. Like,
Right. I'm
that
like, is
doesn't
that what we're basing it off of? You can wax your arm hair.
right. But you can't change the shape of your head.
I'm about to say that comment because that's gonna be real shanky. But yeah, I mean, exactly. You talk everything about it, and I get these are superficial because you really can't get to know nobody in these short amount of time. I get it, but
I, yeah, I agree.
yeah, you mean you gotta take. I like the cute little anime light skinned one with
Me
with
too.
the
He was
little,
cute.
and I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that he was humble. Oh, you don't like me? Okay, cool, thank you.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Like, exactly. Like for me, I think for me at that age, I didn't. It was a for me. This is preference. I don't date. I didn't date men with children, and I like tall men. That's my only thing. Cause like dealing with people with children is a nightmare. Like that's just a nightmare in itself. Like I told my husband, the only reason I even looked your way was because I had a child. If it had been earlier me, I wouldn't have talked to you because I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with baby mamas. But looks, people's looks change over time. I mean, looks are really not important to me. It's what you have inside that really matters. Like for
right,
me, I'm a dark skinned female, and for the longest, I loved dark skinned men, and they would never talk to me. It was always the really high, mixed, light brights that always talked to me. But I loved chocolate men. Like I do, I love chocolate men. But forever and ever, I think until people really started to embrace their skin tone, like being dark was a thing, was I ever able to, talk to a darker skinned man. But shows like this, you just have a bunch of people that have self esteem issues, and
oh, definitely. Like there was this one I was watching, the one that really irritated me. That I'm play eventually, not tonight, but it was a guy. He did have a slight aggression to him,
mm-hmm,
but what I liked about him was that it was just he knew what he wanted in a general sense.
mm-hmm.
Like one of the questions he asked, he was like, "How many kids do you have?" Just about all the girls had kids. All the women, let me say it that way. All the women had kids, but the ones who are more combative had three kids at least. with 3 different baby daddies. And his thing was, and I
Child.
get where he's coming from. Girl. He was like, because he even said, I don't mind if you have a kid because I have a kid. But he's like, he didn't want a woman who had multiple kids with multiple baby daddies because at your grown age, come on now.
Yeah.
And
You
that's for
can't get it
both men
right.
and women. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
one of them they got mad because he was like, sweetheart, you have 3 kids with 3 baby daddies. The first kid was a mistake. And I got what he was saying. He wasn't calling the kid for the people who don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
I know you get it, but there's gonna be somebody on the replay gang who go, I don't understand it. He's not saying the kid is a mistake. He's saying that, you were doing adult things and forgot about the
It
consequences.
wasn't planned.
Yeah,
It was done through lack of planning.
right. He said the second one, that's on you. And I get it because after the first slip up, if 1 + 1 = 2. So if y'all are doing adult things, a child can pop up. Take precaution.
Yep.
And they took it as, and a lot of women, they took it as, oh, you're trying to, they took it offensively. Let me say it that way. And I'm like, no, why are you getting offensive? Because he's saying he don't want a woman with multiple kids.
He
He's
can
fine.
have that choice. He's allowed
Right,
to have that choice.
right. And it's not even like he was bashing them. He was just saying, like, for me, I don't care if you have a child. Things happen. But you have multiple kids. And it's with multiple kids, and multiple baby daddy, multiple men.
I could
And then
probably see if maybe one of the women, let's just say they had 3 kids and they were married and divorced. Hey, that's not a bad. I mean, shit happens, right? Like,
I'm so glad you said that.
cause shit
Because
does happen.
that was brought up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened. One of the girls brought that up. She was like, she didn't understand what he was saying, and she combated with that same scenario. She's like, so if a woman gets married and then has kids and then gets divorced, you trying to say she ain't supposed to have 2 or 3 kids? And I'm just like, girl, you are slow.
Yeah.
It's different from if you are married in a relationship, you have kids, and then y'all break up.
Because the
Because
thing
most
is that if you got 3 kids, and this is no dig at anybody that has 3 kids by 3 different men or 4 whatever.
Right.
But in a man's eyes and in a woman's eyes, same thing with the man. It's like, look, like you said, the first one, okay, we all
At what
fuck
point
up.
do you wrap
But
it
you
up?
don't fucked up you didn't learn your lesson the 2 other times. Like, come on. Like, I'm sorry, but even for me, I have 2 baby daddies and I don't like that shit. Like, that shit is embarrassing as hell to me. I mean, it really is.
And then,
Like,
but see, this is the thing. This is even elaborating on that. With the girl with 3 kids who got highly offended. I'm like, girl, you have 3 kids and all of them have different dads. When did you not know about condoms, birth control?
right. And did you not pick up on the red flags the first time?
Right. You stuck with 3 different men for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, she said no. Well, sorry. She said 1 passed away, if I remember correctly, and another 2 just ain't in the life. So, girl, they're going still. I can give you the pass on the one who passed away because he passed away.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that young man. But the 2 times that you didn't get it. Come on now.
You was
When was
happy
it going to be?
without a condom. And the thing too is, to me, it's like you have no regard for your health and human life because STDs and HIV is running amok out here.
Hello. And
Everybody
so,
is allowed to have a preference. You just can't please everybody. People just need to be okay with whatever it is. Like, and just be glad you dodged the bullet. Because you could be number 4.
hello.
I mean,
and like I said, dude come off a little bit aggressive with his approach. So I can kind of get why they'd be on edge, but I'm like, come on, y'all. When you really sit back and listen to what he's saying, he's really not saying nothing too crazy compared to what we see on these 20 verse 1s type stuff.
like Mr. Salsa, Sassy Salsa, that we just saw.
Hello.
Because he was just
That
sassy.
part.
You know who I thought he was at first? You know that
Who is
guy,
it?
what's his name? Big Groovy, The Nigerian guy. I thought that's who it was at first.
I think I had to look him up because it's not pulling my thing on me.
Because
You're not pulling up.
They look just
But
alike.
yeah, that guy was really sassy. I can't even think of a better word to say.
He was just an ass. He
And you
doesn't
could
know
tell
how to
that's how
handle.
he
He's
is.
the kind of person who you reject him, and then he go flatten your tires at the end of the night or something. Like,
Mm-hmm. Or they follow you around when you trying to talk to other people. Talking about something. Now don't talk to her
mhm.
because she did this and she did that. She ain't even want to talk to me. And like, come on. Because on top of that, if you could pull out $100,000 out of the bank right now, why would you be mad that she don't want you?
Or why would you be on a dating show anyway? You should be able to go and
That
find
part.
any woman that you want, right?
That part.
Christian
If I have
Mingles,
hell,
Match.com.
hell, if I have $100,000, I'm gonna go find me a matchmaker.
Right. Thank you. Exactly. Go buy your
Like,
love.
right. I mean, I hate to say it because I ain't trying to downplay nobody on their YouTube journey, but I would be on the little YouTube dating show with balloons.
Popping balloons. Right.
Like that just is not me. So I mean, yeah, he was doing too much. But that's what I found a lot of these people who go on these shows go on. And that's why it's so funny that we're talking about it because it kind of does tie into what we usually talk about Shamar and them because they do that too. And it just goes to show. This is just a more upscale version of the 20 verse one.
Yep. It's a I guess you would say more valid. It is a cute concept, child, please. I think it's a really cute concept. I do. But
I mean,
my
but
thing is you need to know how to you have to be able to handle it. There's only one person that we saw on here that knew, like the one guy who talking about, he said lady was beautiful, blah blah blah, but he was worried about her health. What? Like, just what people need to understand is just because somebody's fat doesn't mean that they're not healthy. Some people are just naturally big.
exactly. Everybody don't need to be a damn size 0.
If everybody was a size 0, then we all be looking alike and all would be well. I mean, yeah, so I didn't like what he said to her. I mean, of course he had his reason, I respect it, but I think it's just what he said was ignorant. Like,
There's better ways to. Sometimes there's better ways to get your message across without coming off as like an ass.
yeah, because he
I think
was.
that's the best.
I,
Well, because
I knew he was gonna say she was fat. I knew it because when he started off with the compliments and then he went to the insults.
oh, that's what they always do because they think it makes them look better when it really don't.
Yep.
But then there was another one I was watching, one of the more ghetto ones, where they all were in their early to mid 20s. One girl dressed like she was like she just came off the main stage of Body Taps, and she had the worst attitude. Like she was the one sitting. She would see a guy, and immediately the men don't even get a chance to really get to say who they are, and all of the young girls is like, oh, we out, and then their reasons are so stupid.
Yes.
The reasons were, oh, he's too short. Well, sweetheart, if he's too short, take your heels off.
Yeah.
Hey, Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn.
Or just get to know the man because maybe he may be short, but he may be the right man for you at his short height. Then I'm sorry, but this was funny. I mean, the guy was kind of wrong, but it was funny. One girl popped in because she goes, "Well, yeah, I saw him before we even got in here, and he was talking about my makeup was running, so it was going to work." He was like, "Well, your makeup was running," and she tried to defend herself, saying, "But it was raining." He said, "Yeah, it was raining, but your makeup was running."
You know what, Emma? I listen to like my daughters, both of them, because they're teenagers, and I listen to them talk about boys. And when I tell you, I was like, Lord, our children are lost. Like,
yeah,
they just to me, everybody glorifies the hood, right? So she'd be like, he was on. What did she tell me? She said one day, some little boy. She's like, yeah, they was on they was taking videos of themselves hotboxing. I'm like, hotboxing? What y'all know? What how do you know about hotboxing? I literally just learned what hotboxing is. Or like,
Oh, bless
yeah,
your
they
heart.
sending the picture with a gun. And it's like they laughing about it. And I'm asking her, what is funny? There's nothing funny. I said, this is what y'all need to understand. I said, we don't live in the hood. Period. This is not the hood. I said, where I took you today when we were looking at something, I said, that's the hood. Because we were in Macon. I said, this is not the hood. I said, y'all want to be hood so bad. But y'all live in these nice ass houses. How you gonna be suburban thugs? But then y'all these boys, they have an opportunity to, their parents moved them out here to enhance their lives, and you still trying to be so at ATL. We don't live in ATL. That's the reason we don't live in ATL. And I sit back and I'm like, Lord, no matter how good of example these kids have for a male, it's like they're looking for the hood, the ghetto. And I'm like, that man is gonna leave you. He gonna have 3 other kids. You might be baby daddy number 1. But baby mama number 2 and 7 gonna be somewhere in the line.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, gosh, y'all are so lost. Like, listen to what y'all are saying. Ugh, it's just these girls remind me. When the reason I say that is because these girls, like some of the same shit they're saying is what you hear these young girls saying, and it's like, gee, y'all have got life so fucked up. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
not. Ugh.
And like that's what gets me because I sit here and I'm listening. I start now that I've been watching these more. And I'm trying to switch my whole algorithm because right now my algorithm is a bunch of Netta and Charles and no. So I'm trying to change it. So I'm watching a lot of these, and they are interesting now. And Child Please did say that the gay ones are usually nicer, so I haven't seen them. Maybe I need to get down and watch because the one watching these with the straight ones, it makes men and women both look like both y'all the problem.
I get what you're saying, Child Please. I agree. But I think sometimes it's used to separate. Like, okay, so I will say this. I'm from Houston in a very, very poor area, right? A lot of drugs, I'm from a very poor area, right? And, I promised myself that, I was going to graduate, I was going to go to college and do all of this, and I was going to do all of this. I was going to put my kids in an area where they didn't have to worry about all of this. So fast forward, I did all of that. But it's like they strive to go, because I even have taken my kids back to where I'm from, and I'm like, look, this is where I came from, and look at where you are now. So I do think that they do need to have some basis to strive for. But it's like you make it easy for them. I know I worked hard. I went to school and all kind of stuff, and I worked hard. But it seems like the easier you make it for them, the less that they look at reality. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining that right. Does that make sense, Elmo?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
So sometimes it's hard to not refer to our communities because you want to give kids some. I don't know, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I feel like it's a basis of like where you can start where you don't want to be, like, and there's nothing wrong with. I know that my mother, she worked very hard to provide the little that we did have, but I mean sometimes it just is what it is. Like,
I think also to add on to what you're saying, it is important to know the difference between what is technically considered the hood and what is considered suburban, because not only for something to strive for, but you need to know what it is. Let's be honest, the hood has always been, since we were able to have our own stuff, meaning since post slavery, you need to know what was typically made for us. The hood was made for black folk or people of color.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
That's true.
was. And it wasn't necessarily meaning that it was a dangerous place to go to. It just meant that it was the less desirable. So that's why they put us there. And that way, when we do get to the suburbs, we can appreciate that a little bit more.
You know what, Elma?
Still,
I'm glad you mentioned that because today, like, so, I've been taking my kids because my daughters will be graduating soon. And I've been taking them on these mini college, black college tours, right? So I did let them know. I was like, look, all of the HBCUs are going to be in the lower income areas, right? where the black people are. I said, because at the time, you know, when these schools were established, these were the areas that the people lived in. And, you know, things have happened, you know, anyway. So, you know, we've been going on, like we went to HBCU today in Savannah. And it was actually very, very nice. Like, I was really shocked because usually when you go to like like we've been to visit like Alabama A&M, Tuskegee, I swear it's like, oh my goodness, it's like they just stuck us. It's always the projects. It's always some rundown house. Jackson State, the same thing. Went to visit there. It's always just some rundown area. But Savannah, it was so nice. Like, oh my goodness, like I was shocked. Like, they have everything on campus, like all the halls and the apartments and stuff. Everything is centered on campus. It's by a guard tower, you know, guarding in and out. And I was like, wow, I could actually let my child come here and I wouldn't be so stressed out about having, you know, even if she didn't have a car, she could walk to everything that she needed on campus. And I wouldn't be so stressed out about her having, like, Tuskegee. When you go to Tuskegee, you got to get off 65. You got to go way, way back. I mean, literally way, way back into the back of nowhere. And it's all these rundown, abandoned homes. And then you have this beautiful campus. Tuskegee is a beautiful campus. And then you got like Booker T. Washington's house across the street. But surrounding it, there's nothing there. I think we saw a Burger King. There was some rundown gas station. But all of the properties were like abandoned and like dilapidated. It's crazy. So I don't think that the hood is like a black. I've seen white hoods before. I've seen white ghettos. I don't think
Well,
it's
you know the white ones are called something else.
Yeah. So, yep. You are correct. So yeah.
But I definitely get what you're saying, and you're right. Because see the difference is with the white ones, they want to make it sound so much nicer. That's why they call it a trailer park, because it don't trailer park sounds better than saying you live. They're saying, oh, you live in the ghetto in the project.
Yep.
But what is a trailer park?
The
Typically,
manufactured home community.
right. But the hood, you can have the same kind of hood, but the hood is actually better than trailer park. But they try to flip it and make it seem like it's the opposite, because they go, oh, you live in the hood, you live in the projects.
But we live in
I'd
a
rather
house.
live in the hood of the projects and live in a stationary building than live in a trailer park.
Thank you. They have them houses, and they be houses, stationary houses, not home on. And it's nothing against somebody that live in a trailer, because a lot of my family does. But it's not that home on wheels. They got stationary homes that have been passed down from generation to generation. So
all I know is if there's a storm, I want to know that my house ain't gonna fly away. No shade.
Roll away. Yep. Oh, Soul, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, Tuskegee is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is a beautiful campus. Nice, big,
Sorry to hear
spacious.
that, Soul Angel. Hey, Shy Girl. Shy Girl, you know, I don't do politics over here. You know, I don't do the politics.
That's crazy. But yeah, these videos, these people are delusional. They are
They
delusional.
are. But you know what? I will say, there is one bright side of it. It shows us the reality of who we're dealing with.
Yep. Exactly.
The people who go on there are typically ones that are miserable and single because they sit there and it shows it. It shows why they are. Like I said, in regards to women, I'm gonna break down both for anyone who don't understand that. So as a disclaimer, so I don't got to get no damn late messages talking about something you ain't hard on women. For women, it shows that women are just as superficial, because you know a lot of times it's always the men who get looked at as superficial, which there is a very clear proof that men are. But some women are too, just as much, if not more. Like I said, if you want to turn a man down because of his height, something he cannot help, sister, you need to look at yourself.
Yeah, that's true. It should never be that deep.
Right. Oh, if I wear heels, I'll be taller than you. Girl, so what? Then take them damn heels off.
Instead of
They
wearing
hurt
6,
your feet
just
anyway.
go down to 3. Look.
Right.
Well, for someone who loves wearing them, take the bitches the fuck off because I know they're hurting your feet because they're too small.
Wear kitten heels.
I mean, like, or just be happy that you got a man who actually wants to be with your toxic ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just it's annoying. But then they go, oh well, you. There was one girl who was a straight up gold digger. She asked the men. She asked them in a very straightforward question. She said, "What do you do for work?" The men, and this was after a couple of them had backed out. So the ones who remained, one said he was a truck driver. The other said he is an entrepreneur and he has a goal of he wants to make all these businesses and all this. And that was not the question. The question was not what do you do and what do you see yourself. It was just simply what do you do for work. So he went above and beyond, which I ain't mad at him. But he went above and beyond. But then she goes down to the other guy, the third guy who was still in the running, and he goes, "I'm a server." You know, she went to the truck driver and the server and said, "I don't want to date you." The truck she did the truck driver first, and when they asked her, they said, asked her why they when the host Arlene or Arletta, whatever the other pretty young lady's name is, asked her like, "Well, why'd you get rid of the truck driver?" She goes, "Well, he you know, his job is boring."
Oh boy.
Girl, what? It's a job that pays the bills, and you're not doing the job. So what does it matter?
Truck drivers make a lot of money.
They do. If she wasn't young, I think she was like in her late 20s or 30s, somewhere around that age. So she was not young in the sense of I could say, "Oh, girl, you just young, dumb, stupid, don't know."
Emma, did she have kids? Do you remember?
I think she did. I think she did have a kid.
Oh.
But yeah, she was like, she kept harping on the job was boring. A truck driver job is boring. But again, you're not driving the truck. So so if it's a boring job or not, what does it matter? He even called her out on it. He was like, I forgot what he said, but he called her out on it. She goes, "Yeah, well, you know, I look good and I like to have fun and I like to turn up and be noticed. And that job is just boring."
She's too old for that anyway.
Right. Hello. I'm just like, so I was saying to myself, dude, you dodged a huge bullet because she seemed like Tina Turner.
Yep.
She did your job. So then they went down to the server and asked why she turned him down. And she goes, "Well, he's just a server." He goes, "Well, actually, I'm working on investing in properties and doing stocks and bonds, and he had a whole list of things he's planning on doing." And she goes, "Well, why didn't you say that?" Because the other guy elaborated, and he kept it real simple. He said, "You didn't ask. You asked what I do for work, and right now, serving pays the bills."
You know what, Elmo? I'm glad you said that because my thing is, women like that, it's like, what do you bring to the table? Like, what are you doing? Because my thing is, you want to know what the man is doing, but what are you doing? She's probably a server herself, and servers can actually make a decent coin.
They sure can. Well, she may not be a server. She may just be an OnlyFans creator because everyone's a content creator nowadays.
It's like you have all of these expectations, but what do you bring? Like, what do you do? Are you a college graduate? Are you an entrepreneur? You know.
What do you own besides that lace front on your head that look like?
Thank you. And them tight dress you got on that you got from Rainbow.
And them bat wings you put on your eye.
That you got from the beauty supply.
That was marked up because they probably only cost $1 to make, but you paid $5.
In the clearance aisle.
On Black Friday.
Yep. It's the truth though. Like that's really I bet you she didn't have no job.
And I don't even remember if she said what she does. I don't remember.
She ain't got no job.
Yeah. So that's when I think the other guy did it because I mean it was clear that she was a gold digger. Like, girl, what do you? The question is exactly what you asked. What do you bring to the table? Because you want them to bring a lot to the table. So you should have equal or more to bring to that same table.
Right.
Because me personally,
What a
I
joke.
love the truck. I would love the truck driver because you know what? I can sit there and be like, look, when we need vacation, when I need a vacation, I just go take off work, take off time at my job, and come ride with you on the road. We spend the
That's
time
what I was
together.
gonna say, yeah.
It may be boring,
Exactly.
but it pays the bills. And that's the thing.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree with that.
I hate when people turn people down because of their job or they're mean them because of their job. Oh, you're just a janitor. Well, that janitor might be able to buy you what you want. You don't know because you don't know what that person is. And that's why I love the server. What the service did. The service did. You didn't ask what I plan on doing. You asked what I do for a living. Right? And he made it clear. He said, serving pays the bills. Boom. He had good goals that he wanted to obtain that were actually obtainable. Because the while I'm not trying to put down the guy who elaborated from jump, his goals, while they're attainable, they're harder to reach.
Mm-hmm.
You want because he said he wanted to own. He wanted to own. He was an entrepreneur. He wants to own all these 3 or 4 businesses. And you want to, well, maybe that's hard to do. That's not an easy thing. You can't. You don't just wake up one day and go, "I'm starting a whole new business. It's going to be successful, and it's going to branch off in 2 years." That's not realistic. Because most businesses, they first year, they don't make no profit. And if you want to get even deeper in it, the first couple of years, they barely make a profit. So, sweetheart, you talking about you want to turn up and do all this great stuff. You pick that man, you probably gonna turn up all the time.
Yep. We at the age now where we passed the turn up. We passed
that.
No,
And then the men are just as bad though, because then you get the men who go, "Oh well, she got all that makeup on." There was one guy who sat there and said, and I agree with him on one aspect of it, but I disagree on the same on a different side of the coin. He said he asked the woman, "How long does it take her to do her makeup?" And she said it takes a couple hours. Me personally, I think that's long. I don't want to take 2 hours to do my makeup. I'll tell y'all now, my makeup takes about an hour.
I don't even wear
and that's
makeup.
too long. But I only do it for special occasions. But I don't like doing makeup. I don't want to do makeup. For me, I feel like a couple of hours for makeup is way too long. Now what she did say was she said she only really wears makeup for special occasions or when she's going out. So I'm like, okay. But then he eliminated himself because he goes, I don't want to do. I like to be spontaneous. So if I sit here and say, "Hey, let's go get some food," I don't want to wait in the car for you to do your makeup.
Then you don't want a woman because women take forever for everything.
Hello. But I mean, I get what he's saying because on one hand, you hear sometimes I just want to get up and go. Like, come on, man, let's go. But so I get it. I get on that aspect. But then you get to the other flip side of it. I get where she coming from because it's like one, assuming that she won't lie because a lot of people on these things be lying. But assuming she's not lying, it's not like she said she wakes up and has to do her hair and makeup.
Right.
So I mean, she could possibly be very much spontaneous. But like, okay, let's go. I got my band. Let's go. You didn't give her a chance. Now, what I would do is I would ask. I would like, seeing how you say it takes a couple hours for you to do your makeup. If I want to be spontaneous and just hit the road and do something with you, would you be able to just get up and go? That's what I would ask, or some variation of that question. Because that'll tell you all you didn't know. If she says yes, yeah, we can get to go. That means, and you have it on video. That means you can sit there and go. You said I ain't gonna be waiting for you for 5 hours for you to do your makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just the men just say superficial, Well, then they want the they act like they don't, but they really want to choose the Tina Turner. But they didn't act like they don't. They want to be. They want the relationships to their life and say all the good stuff. There was one guy on the ratchet one who I have to respect his. I have to respect his honesty because all before girls eliminated themselves, and he goes and the stupid little host asked, "So which one would you want to go with?" He goes, "Well, shoot, can I take all four of them?" Of course, they said no. I mean, hey, it was the ghetto one, so they were all dressed like they wanted, like they were ready for a hookup. And he actually, so when they said no, he goes, and he asked the guy, he goes, well, he asked the girls, he goes, how many of y'all do content? All four of them raised their hands. He goes, how many of y'all do OnlyFans content? None of them wanted to say it, so they all eliminated themselves. I'm like, listen, y'all already say you do content, so we know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
One girl is dressed in, and I kid you not, it was a unitard that was cut at the panty line. Had side boob and front boob cleavage, and it looked like a condom, and it was bright red. And it didn't help that the girl had tattoos all on her legs and the arms. She looked like a stripper. She probably was. So when you come to that like that, when you come dressed like you ready for the Verna, what do you think people gonna treat you as?
Yeah, exactly. That's true. 100%. I tell my kids that all the time.
You ain't got to be dressed up like a nun, baby. You also should not be dressed like you're gonna go to the strip club.
Yep. Exactly.
So if it's a party that calls for that attire, do it. Cause y'all anyone who follow my social media knows I come dressed sometimes inappropriately, sometimes appropriately enough. There's no rhyme or reason. But if I'm dressed inappropriate and I get the inappropriate response, I'm not surprised.
Right. There you go. Exactly. I'm glad you said that. That's 100% accurate right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I just sit there. I'll sit there and tell them, baby, this is not. I know the way it looks, but this ain't the time I'm on. So that's enough. But thank you.
But the thing is, if you have to announce it, then you already know when you walk out the house. I'm probably gonna grab somebody's attention that I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be okay with the responses. You know what situation you put yourself in. That is 100%. I'm glad. I wish my daughter was in here so she could have heard that.
Well, I'll leave it up so you can always replay it for her.
Yeah, I sure can. Cause it's the truth, though. It is the truth. Like today, I was taking them to do a little school shopping, and it was so funny because there was a lady in there, and she was like, these shorts that the girl wanted, and she was like, these shorts are too short. You trying to be grown too fast. Me and we were laughing, with each other in the eyes, and I said, child, just let her get a little bit older. And they swear they got it all figured out. But it was she was right though. Like the thing is, especially with clothing now, everything is short. Like even because my kids, they ain't shopped out at a children's place, in the children's section in years. And you have to you go to the junior section and it's like everything is short and tight, or it's a half shirt, or it's inappropriate. And I'm like, but that's the way that the world has become. There's no, when you go to, and I even think Dee Dee said this in the live, like you go to a job, it's a shame that you have to have a dress code. You can't go to your job in a cat suit. Why would you even try? Or like you have to have a short limit. Now, if you can see your booty cheeks out of their shorts, it's inappropriate. Nobody, for work. Now, if you want to go to the beach, fine. But to go to work, that's not appropriate. That's crazy. Like, so you said a whole word. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. You gotta, and because the thing is, I think that's what's missing nowadays is people forget that you have to dress for the attention you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because people nowadays, men and women, they're gonna give you the kind of attention you tell them to give. So if you come out there with your ass hanging out, what you think they're gonna do? Same with these men, because I can't stand these men and what they call passion. if you walk around with your whole ass hanging out, what you think we gonna look at?
Fashion. Yes, true. You ain't never
That
lied.
was another thing with the aggressive dude with who made the baby dad, who said the baby daddy comment. One of the girls said they didn't want to talk to him because his pants was too fitted. This is a 40-some-year-old man. He said a month from whenever they filmed it, he was gonna turn 41. He had on his outfit was actually really nice. He looked really good. His shirt was nice. His pants were fitted. They were not tight, but they were fitted.
Mhm.
And his shoes was nice. He looked well. If I would have seen him walk on the street, I would have been like, "That's a dude who got a good paying job."
Mhm. Yep. That's
But
the
the girl
same
said,
thing.
"Yeah." The girl literally said, "Oh no, I can't. I don't want to. I didn't want to date you because your pants are too fitted. I'd rather have somebody have a man whose pants are a little more baggy."
And child, oh Lord have mercy. That's the
Right.
most ignorant shit I ever heard.
Hello. Because I so sitting there like, girl, it sounds like you want a thug who gonna beat your ass.
Exactly. He already got 6 kids, and
Mm-hmm.
he'll make you baby mama number 7.
And two more on the way.
Mhm.
Like, girl, the thing. I mean, and I'm not. No one's saying that this man and his fitted jeans couldn't be the same thing, but girl, at least he's coming through. At least giving you the illusion that he's about shit.
Right.
It's a 40-year-old man. The hell would I want to see him with some baggy jeans hanging off his ass?
People
Like,
got
come
like
on. And they get exactly what they plan for.
Yep. They do.
I've been doing a deep dive of these. These people who go on these shows. One girl, she went on the show as a contestant. Well, no, as one of the lineup girls to be picked, and then came out to find out that she was. I believe they said I want to say she tried to extort some money out of somebody.
Oh God. I'm not surprised.
Like that alone will stop me from ever wanting to ever do that because I'm baby no. What
Oh,
you not gonna do for me?
Elmo, this is what I wanted to talk about. The very first one the
Okay.
very first guy. So she was like, so they showed it where he was like, she said, "You got your own stuff." He was like, "Yeah, I got my," what did he say? I got my own space or something like that.
Yeah, he said
And
he ain't
I
got
can't remember.
his own place, and then come to find out he stayed
No,
with
he
his
said he had
grandma.
his own space, right? She was like, "You
Yeah.
got your own," and he was like, "Yeah, I got my own space." Now he didn't specify. He said, "I have my own space." She should have asked for clarity. What do you mean by space? Because he said space. Because technically, he didn't lie. Like, he lives with grandma. He got his own space in grandma's house, wherever it is. So
I
he
mean, I
didn't
get
lie.
okay. He may not lie, but he definitely embellished the truth because he
He
was
did, yes,
asking.
he did. He embellished the truth quite a bit. He did.
Because there
But
was definitely embellishment.
it was funny as hell though, because like I even put that, I had to go back and look at my comment. I was like, well, he said he had his own space. He never did say he had his own place. Oh man, that's hilarious. Like,
And I did actually find the two video. Well, at least I think the two videos. I, I got the ratchet one. If you want to take a look at it, it's 30 minutes. We can definitely look at that
I don't care. I'm open.
because it's just. I mean, shit. We gonna do what we do. I ain't got no damn plans for tonight.
When we finish this, I want to talk about that video that ABC just briefly posted of
Okay.
sis. God, that was hilarious.
Yeah, because I was hoping she would come up in here, but she must be booked and busy. You know, our sister stays busy.
She does. Let me that was funny.
Okay. You gonna play, baby? And I ain't got YouTube premium ad free all that shit, so don't judge me.
Lord.
I got too many subscription as it is. Okay, I can't be poor. I ain't paying for no damn mode. Shit. Now the shit ever
I think
loads up.
Tierra was asking about.
Oh, what happened?
No, Tierra had posted something in the Discord trying to see. This was earlier. She thought you were going live this morning.
Oh yeah, I messed up the time, and I guess I put
Oh,
this
okay.
morning instead. But yeah, no, I will never ever go live at 7:30 in the morning. No, ma'am.
Oh, I wouldn't be. Trust me, I wouldn't be nowhere where you are at 7:30. I'm finna mute.
Okay. But yeah, no. I need to make that very crystal clear. No, Remy is sleep. Remy Elmo is sleep at 7:30 in the morning. Not unless it's for a check. Oh, hold up, y'all. If we start this shit again, I'm just gonna say F it. 'Cause, yeah, I ain't doing this shit all day. I'm gonna put up one more time. One more motherfucking time. This video, if I can get it to play, it does have commentary from another YouTuber. Just a little heads up for everybody. But he's kind of funny, so I like his videos from what I've seen so far. All right, come on, StreamYardigans. Oh, who coming up here? Oh, that was me. Sorry, y'all. Confused my damn self. Backyardigans. There we go. Let's drop that on up into the forefront. Add that bad boy on up there. Is my sound?
You just popped that because they popped that?
No.
So why you ain't been popping? Oh,
Okay,
I
son.
couldn't pop it fast enough.
damn. All right, so look, my boy, who you feel like going up to?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
You was gonna do that, just do it.
Nah, it's okay. I mean, we just see we see eye to eye. You get what I'm saying? But you're really handsome. You were shorter than me than you woke up. Yeah. Not, but your outfit tough. You feel me? You not ugly. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm
didn't know it was
picky.
gonna be this video today.
I
appreciate it.
Balloon. Why do you still have your balloon up?
I like his fit.
Oh, okay, that come through the trend.
Chose too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What about you?
He know how to dress, and he got his little cut. So yeah, he knew what he was doing today. So
I did not know it was today.
Take him off. All right, so with the ladies with the balloons left, who you picking? You like her?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like about her?
What I like about her, she really color matched right. I'm not gonna lie. And her tattoos.
Okay. So is that enough for y'all to be a match? The first match of the video.
How you feeling?
Respectfully.
She says she got 11 more guys.
It's not even that. It's just
Yeah.
Nah.
It's all right, my boy. In the next life. Appreciate you.
Y'all enjoy y'all shows.
All right, next guy. Hold on.
The illusion of options. The illusion. Respectfully, no. Oh, I like the fit. I like the. If she don't get chose on video, let's keep count. Let's keep count. Let's see if she get chose on video. My guy was feeling it, had mutual. She like your outfit. Y'all was low key dressed the same, but respectfully, no reason. Just no. Let's see. Let's see.
All right, what's your name?
Fade Montana.
Okay, my boy. How old are you?
25.
25. All right. Walk up here real quick. Damn. Oh my. Hey, it's almost 4th of July. All right, let's start from here. Come here.
Why you did that? Y'all don't like this? King said this is different. I'm offering them something different.
Whoa. Wait a minute. He revealed the sunroof.
Why you did that? Y'all don't like this?
She screamed. She screamed like she. Oh.
Is he bald on top?
Yeah, he was missing some hair at the top. Hey, Miss Conscience. That shit was scary as hell. We're gonna talk during this little commercial real quick. We can talk during this commercial because yeah. But yeah, he was missing the whole
I
top of
thought
his
my
hair.
eyes were playing tricks on me. I thought I
Hold
was
on, let me
seeing
use
stuff.
it. No, you won't see this.
internet
He literally, he scared the hell out of everybody because he had a whole convertible top. He was missing his hair. And oh, shit, bless his heart. He should have kept that shit. He should have kept that hat on. That I agree with the
Everybody should
women.
pop that balloon.
Hello. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Rogaine does work for growing your hair back, but you don't scare nobody like that. You don't do that.
Yeah, he should have came out without the cap and made it real.
I mean, really, he should have fixed that whole hair because the whole hair looks trash. He needs to refreshen the braids up that he's trying to hold on to and regrow that top before he ever shows somebody what the hell's really going on.
Hold on. Was he roasting somebody? Is that what he was doing?
He was trying to do a little roast. Yeah, he was trying. Bless his heart.
Okay, never mind.
Well, did you see how old girl is? Did you see the condom onesie that I was telling you about, girl? I would have roast her ass too.
Yes, I did. The pink one?
That was red.
Oh.
For some reason, it's making my screen is a little frosted on this one, but you still can get a general consensus. But yeah, that I told you she looked like a stripper.
She did. Like, she really looked like she had just left Magic City and ran here to do this show. Like, where they
And
find these people?
the projects. I don't know where they found this group of people, but like everyone else looks, they don't look like they finna come to that, but they're decent, I guess. I mean, they have clothes on, but she just looks out of place, and that's the problem. And what you'll see is she's one of the more. She's very disrespectful. Although she wants the men to be respectful, she's disrespectful to them.
The girl with the condom on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like there's one guy who she tells him next, and then walks off because she don't want to talk to him no more. And it's just like, girl, you're not running shit. Stand there, look how you looking, and wait for the next one. But she's very
And she ain't even that
disrespectful.
cute anyway. But she's not even that cute.
She's not. She looks like her pussy stank.
Exactly. She pulled that thing off, and you know my thing is when you wear tight stuff a lot, you can get a yeast infection. So she is
Okay.
probably yeasty and BV down.
And Cynthia,
this one right here, it is monkey see, monkey do. It's a lot of that on this one. I don't know where that video just went, but hold on, let's see.
I just wonder, like, where do these people, like, do they just go? Is this in Atlanta?
I think this one was in New York, I think. Which doesn't make it look any better for my place.
Yeah, it's the same.
But I mean,
You lump
yeah,
it
this
all
one,
together.
yeah, it's really bad because you're making everyone look bad, and I do like this idea because this is basically a new version of speed dating. So I
Love
like it. I
connection.
like the concept. I just
But
don't like. Mhm.
do you remember when they had shows like Love Connection and people would come their best dressed, like,
Yeah,
they would come on and speak, very candid and, you know, now it's just like you just open the back door and say, y'all just, I need 20 of y'all to come on in. And I don't know.
I agree with you. You made a 100% valid thing. Oh, also, while I try to, well, I see why this shit ain't pulling up. I do want to say we lost two greats in the past 24,
Oh,
48 hours.
yes.
Richard Simmons, of course, has passed away at the age of, I think they said 76,
Yeah, he was 76. Yep.
which was so sad because I remember back in the 90s, my mama doing sweating to the oldies, and I'm sitting there doing my little sweating to the oldies with her like I'm doing some.
Hmm. I would say this Richard Simmons helped a lot of people lose weight over the years.
And he was just a sweet guy. No matter what, I know there's a lot of people who like to speculate was he gay or straight. Fuck
Who
all that.
cares?
He was
Yeah,
one of the most sweetest persons you could ever meet. I never met him, but you can just tell he exuded that sweet caring nature. He genuinely wanted the best for everybody, and didn't
I think
have
he used to be overweight. Didn't he used to be overweight? I think that's how he
yeah.
actually came to mhm.
Yeah, because what happened? So back in, I believe they said either the 70s or 80s, no, he wasn't overweight. He was a fitness. He went to school for fitness, and then he opened. I think in the 80s he opened up a gym for people who are out of shape
Mhm.
that just closed recently in 2016, I believe. But no, I don't. He wasn't overweight. I think he. I think back in the '90s when the shows were doing it, I think they revealed that one of his wives or ex-wives or something like that was overweight. Maybe I'm wrong on that part, so don't quote me on that last
Yeah,
part.
I remember in the 80s cuz I'm an 80s baby. So I remember him being on TV and his ads would come on and he would have all this like, "Come on y'all, get out of that seat and let's, you know, yeah, Richard Simmons. That's one person I can definitely say that, he has contributed a lot to humanity. He would definitely be missed.
There was a lot of good jokes made at his expense, and which I feel was not in a malicious standpoint, but
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
he was such a beautiful person. He
Yeah.
was such a beautiful person. But then, oh my gosh, I feel like we talked this up because this next person
Yes.
we actually
Yes,
did
you
talk
did.
about.
Sure did.
Dr. Ruth, I forgot her last name, the sex doctor, the Holocaust
Mhm.
survivor. She
Yep.
passed away the same day as Richard Simmons.
No, she passed on his birth. So Richard Simmons' birthday was what's today? His birthday was the 12th. She died on the 12th. He died the day after his birthday. So
Okay,
he died on the 13th.
I didn't know the timeline. I found out about her when I found out about Richard Simmons, so my days might have ran together. But yeah, she
We
passed away
lost
too.
somebody else too.
Who was it?
Shannon Daughtry from 90210.
Oh, she passed away.
She died today. Yeah, she had cancer and her cancer came back.
Yeah,
I think 15, but then her cancer came back. Yeah, she passed away today. She was 52.
I knew she had breast cancer, but I did not know she passed away. I'm looking up. I'm looking it up now, and yeah, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was very sad because I know a lot of us, like 90210, in the 90s was really big. And
Right.
you know, when we were big on TV, like what was it, like Wednesday nights at 7 or whatever time, you know, it would come on and we would all be invested in stuff, you know, innocent stuff like that. And she was so young. 52 is not old, but people are checking out of here very early these days.
They are. Cynthia just
Yep.
said the lady from The
The lady
Shining
from The
died.
Shining. Yep.
I don't know that young
What's her
lady.
name?
I don't know
What
that
is her
lady. I'm
name?
gonna look it up now because I don't watch horror movies. So I wouldn't know, but I'm gonna look
No,
that up.
she wasn't just from that Shining. She also was Popeye, Olive Oil and Popeye. The original Popeye movie. She was Olive Oil.
Shelley Duvall,
Yep, that's her. Yeah, she was 70 something too.
75.
What did she die from? I don't remember.
Uh, Hollywood mourned several dead actors after unexpected tragic weekend. That's I was looking at something else that popped up. Let me see. Oh, diabetes.
Okay.
Thank you, Kilton. Look at Kilton coming through on the clutch.
Mm-hmm. We also lost Jacoby Jones. I don't know if y'all know him, but he was a football player for the Ravens, and he was down at training. I think he was coaching at Alabama State, and he passed away today.
I did not know that. I don't watch sports, so I had no idea. However, so that's it. I'm sorry to hear that. The closest I got was recently hearing about the case of Travis Rudolph. This is as close I got to it, to
Yep.
sports ever. That pissed me off. That's what really triggered this live. I was reading that. I was watching that case on YouTube,
Can
and
you
that.
tell me, because I'm not familiar, what is his case about?
So last year, he was playing a game of drunk Uno with his then girlfriend, Dominique Jones. Well, apparently she saw a text message on his phone that he sent to another young lady saying, "Your body is better than my girlfriend's."
Mm-hmm.
Where she then decided she took his PlayStation, smashed it on the ground. She then went outside and I think they said a brick and smashed his car window in. Texted
Mm-hmm.
her brother that he's cheating on her, and his brother, and that he was, and that it told him the brother that he beat her, that he slammed her down. Although it was shown on a ring recording that she was the one who actually was punching him in the face repeatedly,
Mm-hmm.
and he was walking in the house, and she was doing that as he was walking in, and so the brother texted back and said, "Travis is a dead man walking." Later they saw that the brother did show up, parked his car around the block, came with three other men who were all concealing pew pews, and came to address him. And they ended up jumping him and his brother. They ended up jumping him and his brother at his house,
Mm-hmm.
and he went inside, got his pew pew, which was an AR 47,
Mm-hmm.
and let loose on them. He ended up hitting one guy who was the driver, ended up unaliving him, and hit another guy in the back who ran the opposite way, and then ended up this guy did survive, but then when they investigated, they of course locked Travis up because even though it was self defense, they had to investigate and see
Right.
what's going on. He was charged. Um,
Involuntary manslaughter.
no, they were going for the harsher one. They were going for life. They
First
went
degree
for
murder.
murder, first degree murder. Yep.
Oh.
Because
But it would
for
have
the
to be
driver.
permitted. It would have to be premeditated. That definitely wasn't premeditated.
Well, what happened was, there was a lot of stuff that was dropped. So one, the investigator of that night dropped the ball on the investigation. Like she didn't question the brother
Mm-hmm.
Keyshawn Jones about why he was there, why he came to the house in the first place. She did not so she didn't investigate that. She did not investigate why it took them days to ask Dominique why she deleted the text message telling, because the Dominique had texted them that night saying, shoot his shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Then after a couple of days, and she thought about it, she deleted all those incriminating text messages. So the detective, the lead detective, never questioned none of that until well after the fact. Also, when they went to find the one who did survive, I can't remember his name, but who got shot in the back and did survive, he went and they ended up finding a hand one that was thrown not far from where he basically collapsed. They questioned him on that, and he was like, "Well, I knew I knew y'all were gonna find me, so I didn't want that to be. I didn't want y'all to find it. So basically, he was trying to get rid of it. Basically,
Right.
um, of course, everyone tried. All of the wannabe victims try to say, "Oh, well, we came over there just to talk to him. We didn't come up. We were unarmed." But then the ring camera showed they did have it on them, concealed. So basically, Dominique lied the whole way through. She lied, and even when they finally did confront her about why she deleted those text messages, they even gave her the words. They said, "You deleted it because it was going to incriminate you, right?" And she goes, "No, not because it would incriminate me, but because I knew it would look bad since someone passed away right after."
Please tell me they charged her and the brothers.
No,
Is she white?
no, they're all black in Florida.
Oh, we talking about Florida, so I'm not surprised.
Yep, in Florida.
And that's a
None of
stand your
them.
ground state. So
He tried to use it. He said it was a stand your ground. I was at my house. I feared for my family and myself. They came over with these weapons. I was trying to keep myself safe. And they even tried to say, "Well, was your gun loaded?" He goes, it was loaded, and I had one in the
yeah.
chamber. But that's how I was taught when I bought it.
You are supposed. What's the point of keeping a gun at home for protection if it's not loaded? What the hell? Like that
Right.
doesn't even make any damn sense.
The only time that I know that it's safer to not have a loaded one is if you have kids in the house. But even then, it should be put up somewhere where they can't
You have
access
to
it.
have it in a safe anyway. So
Right.
like you have it in a
It should be
safe box.
exactly. It should never be in a place where a child can get access
Right.
to it. So I agree. But so yeah, and he didn't have any children that lived with him. So no.
I
But
can't even
they
believe
did.
that there's a court case. Like I'm shocked that they didn't drop all the charges and charge the brothers and her because she should be charged with what is it, like conspiracy to commit
She should have a couple of them. Conspiracy,
murder.
hiring them for murder. She could even possibly get a murder one because I mean it all kicked off because of her. Also being the ringleader. You said that all this kicked in motion because of you.
And you know what? You make a good point because most of the time in most states, if you are there when something like that goes down, you are just as guilty. You get the same charges as everybody else. So, but you know why it was done the way it
Hold on
was
one
done.
second. Repeat what you said. You cut out and we didn't hear anything you
Oh,
said.
sorry. I said in most states, when you're present, like let's just say, for example, you in a car with somebody, right? And they say, hey, stop at this house. I need to go get something. They go in there and rob and kill somebody. They get back in the car. When somebody stops that car, the driver is going to get arrested as well. Everybody in that car is going to get the same charge.
Yeah.
So why didn't she get the charge? She should get the murder charge.
I have no idea because after the fact, there was a petition where a lot of people were trying to persuade the DA from that county to prosecute her, and they never prosecuted her to this day.
Now, I could see if the family of the driver that was killed, I could see if the family did a civil suit against Travis, because that would be a civil matter. But
Well, even
a
then they would
criminal
lose. Even then they don't have a basis for
But I'm
even a
just
civil.
saying.
No, I
But
get
I'm
what
just
you're
saying.
saying.
I
Yeah,
could
I get what
see
you're
them
saying.
doing that. But as far as like a murder conviction, so the driver, you talking about the driver of the car who dropped the brothers off?
So the driver he was also coming there with them to confront, and the debate that the DA was trying to make that the defense team was trying to make was that the driver, per the boys' words, if you believe them, which I don't because they lied on oath, They tried to say that the driver did not have a weapon, that he did not have nothing. He was unarmed. However, the autopsy expert said that his hands were had indications of him holding something, which
Mm-hmm.
would indicate more of a weapon versus the steering wheel.
So, okay. So if that's the case, did they not? Well, it wouldn't matter now because did they search the driver's car to see what was in there?
I don't remember if they said they searched the car, but they knew that at least two of the boys had weapons because in the ring camera you can see the indentation of them in their waistband from the
Yeah.
ring camera. So
Yeah.
we knew for a fact there was at least two.
I was just
Also because mhm.
No, I was just gonna say I was just curious because the only reason I asked that is because it sounds like from what you said, the detective did not do a thorough investigation, and these are just
Correct.
things that they thought of after the fact. Hey, Chef Scott.
Correct.
So
That's exactly what happened. Hey, Sky. That's exactly what happened. The initial detective did not do a thorough interview or search when it happened,
has she
which
been
led to
fired?
a lot of stuff being botched. Oh yeah.
Okay,
This was a white lady.
and they
They
fired
fired.
her. I'm shocked.
Yep. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not gonna pull the video, and I'm because my internet connection right now is acting stupid. I have. I hate Spectrum, y'all. If y'all know me, y'all know I hate Spectrum. I need Google Fiber to come in my neighborhood.
I have ATT fiber, and I think I had the first time in the 5 years I've had it, I had one outage that happened on Wednesday or Thursday, and I was actually in a meeting and I was speaking and the connection just dropped. And I text my boss and I was like, "Look, my work cell phone ain't working because AT&T was messing up too. That was like after the hurricane, but for some reason our AT&T cell service wasn't working down here." And I was like, "I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm not even gonna get myself stressed out. I'll see y'all tomorrow."
I would do any fiber over Spectrum. Spectrum sucks. They're horrible.
I've
They're
heard
trash.
bad things about Spectrum.
They're really trash.
I
I
think
have
in some
nothing good to
parts of
say.
Atlanta they have Spectrum. I'm not sure.
Well, stay your ass away from them sections because they're horrible. They're trash.
That's sad. You gotta depend on internet, and you can't depend on internet. Lord have mercy.
Hell no. The shit will
And
go out in the middle of your good TV show.
I bet you they don't take no money off of it either. When
Nope. Um,
I
I'm
just
trying to
hate to
pull
hear that happened to that young man.
I do too because he lost his career over it. I mean, they did try to. He did get a little bit of it back, but it never really fully came back.
Yeah.
After he was cleared of it, he got picked up by a minor league that ended up going down the tank and going and signing and moving to Canada, which didn't bring him along. So basically, he's out of his football career, which is what he
So
did.
when did this happen? What year was this? I'm just trying to.
This was last year,
Last year.
2023.
I wonder did he sue that detective? I would have sued her. I would have sued the police department, the county.
As of right now, I haven't seen anything that that says he sued anyone. Because I know for him, I know in the beginning he probably didn't because so a year prior, his dad had been shot and didn't make it from an accidental gun misfiring. It was so his mom had recently lost her husband, and then this happens. So he was more worried about his mom.
Yeah.
How she would take it. So I don't. If he did sue them, there's been no mention of it.
Well, it's still early. It just happened last year, so he has
Right.
time. The statute of limitation isn't gone out. He has some time.
Yeah,
I
he definitely has time.
man,
Okay, so here we go. Lead detective scrutinized story cross-examination. Let me see if I can get the cliff notes because I do not want to read this whole thingy. Probably Shiner. Oh, that's one of the attorneys. Agent self-defense. Shortly after midnight. Actually, so yeah, I can skip through this real quick because this is gonna put it give a basic detail of what went on the whole time. So basically, on April 7th, that's when I told you how it all started. He was charged with one count of first degree murder, 3 counts of attempted first degree murder.
Mm.
Let me see. This says 2 years ago. But when I saw it, oh no, he went to court on June 2nd, 2023.
Okay.
But this happened. This happened in April 7th, 2021. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay. So like 3-4 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, but he just went to court last year. Okay, so during cross-examination, Shiner said Rudolph's mother told the detective that her son acted self-defense. When 3 other men showed up at his house shortly after midnight on April 7th, 2021, making a simple statement such as, "This is not information." So, what's her name? Emily Vanderland, which was the initial detective, ignored what Miss Rudolph told her, although she denied it on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
Vanderland wrote the probable cause report that was the basis for Rudolph's arrest. The first thing you said, sir, was that it's a report of something that somebody probably did. I disagree with that. It's based on evidence. Shiner, which is one of the lawyers, then asked her whether she believed probable cause was completely different than reasonable doubt. She said absolutely. The moment he came out of the house, he was arrested, right? No, sir, she answered. Put in handcuffs. He was detained. Oh, detained. Was he allowed to leave? Absolutely not, because he was detained, sir. Put in a police car. Yes, sir. Hands behind his back with handcuffs. Yes, sir. And you don't call that an arrest? It doesn't say what she responded as.
What a joke.
He said when he was quote unquote detained, as she called it, he was then put on house arrest, I guess, during the whole proceeding. Like I said, they did throw out the stand your ground claim. I don't know why, because that was clearly stand your ground. I mean, you got at least 2 different people who has some weapons that could very much end your life. I would think that would be stand your ground.
Especially if they weren't shot in the back.
Right. That's self-defense, because self-defense under the eyes of the law is you can defend yourself with the same amount of force or less than your attacker.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're coming with guns, it doesn't say I have to have the same kind. It just says I can use the same kind of weapon or less force than what you have.
Yeah, because what would make sense? Okay, so they come with a pew pew. So you want me to come with a little? What you want me to come with, a water gun, a BB gun? I mean, well, hold on 1 second. Let me go see if I have something with less force in my house. I'll be right back. Like, come on.
I mean, granted, yeah, his had more power, but I mean, shoot, if that in the heat of the moment, that's when I'm gonna grab whatever one I can get.
I'm gonna get whatever is available to me.
Right now,
who's thinking about? Oh, you standing in the well, let me see. I mean, who has time to think about that? It's the heat of the moment.
Not only that, he had just got jumped, and then when he went, so he did run back in the house. Travis ran back in the house to get it, but when he ran back in the house, that was when he realized they were jumping his brother. And according to Travis, one of the men had his weapon pointed at his brother, basically saying, "You're gonna be unalive tonight."
So I'm wondering if the reason why they tried to pursue it was because he went back in his house.
That was a big portion of it.
Huh?
That was a big portion of what they were trying to.
If you go back in your house, that means you're not in danger. When you come back out, if you go in your house, you're not in danger anymore.
And they were that's what they were trying to spin. But the problem with that was, one, they came ready for a fight, because the text messages definitely show that they came with a mission.
Yeah, somebody was gonna die that night.
Right, especially when you add in the fact that they knew who he was. This was not like this the first time they ever seen him or talked to him. So they knew who he was. They knew where he lived. And instead of pulling up into the park in front of his house to have a peaceful talk like they claimed they wanted, because Keyshawn tried to say they were only trying to have a peaceful conversation.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So if you would have parked in front of his house, or at least on the side of his house, so that way, normal people do that. You parked around the corner from his house, and y'all walked over there.
No, y'all would have just walked up to the door, knocked on the door, and said, "Hey, such and such. We just
Oh no,
want
they
to
did
talk."
walk up to the door. Oh, they definitely did walk up to the door.
Oh, they did. Oh shit.
Yeah, they walked up to the door, and the brother answered and said, "Where's Travis?" So I guess Travis's brother must have said something or alerted him, or maybe the girl. I don't remember. I don't remember hearing how Travis found out that they were there, but Travis found out they were there, and that's how. And then apparently that's when they jumped. They jumped both of Travis and his brother. So somehow during that scuffle, if you believe believe Travis' side, which I do believe, at some point he saw whenever they stopped jumping Travis, he saw that they were jumping the brother, and one of them had the weapon pointed at his brother, which Travis was definitely out of danger if in the textbook version of the law.
But somebody else was in danger though.
Exactly, that's the problem. His brother was not out of danger, and given all the evidence that should have been there from jump, there's reasonable doubt to say that he got his weapon in self-defense.
But you know what though, and I could be wrong, so nobody take me at face value here. But I'll just ask a question. The stand your ground, does it refer to people that are even like on your property, like defending people on your property?
Um, I'm gonna pull it up because I can't fully. I believe it is, but I don't. I want to make sure I say it correctly. So, according to the AI overview on Google, Florida stand your ground law allows people to use deadly force in self-defense in certain situations. It protects the defender from criminal and civil prosecution if they can show they use force in self-defense. The law expands the castle doctrine, which only applies to unlawful intrusions in the home to any legal location. So, a person is justified in using deadly force if they reasonably believe it's necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to themselves or another, the imminent commission of a forcible felony, such as a burglary of unoccupied motor vehicle. So, yes.
So
If his,
let's
if he,
break that down a little bit further, right?
okay.
So it says unauthorized, so like a robbery or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the brothers came to the door.
Uh-huh.
They opened the door for them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they jump? And I don't know if you know all the granulars, but did they jump him inside or outside of the home? Because that's gonna make a difference, also.
I believe it was on the front lawn because the brother was jumped in the driveway by the car.
Okay.
So I believe it was on the lawn. But however, the problem that they will have that works in favor of Travis is by the castle doctrine, your lawn is still a part of your
Yeah. So
house.
I was just gonna say that it doesn't matter. I can see if they, how like there's a sidewalk, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's a little speck of grass. You don't
Yep.
own any of that. That's
No.
owned by the city. But if it was
Right.
on his property, anywhere on your property should be covered under that stand your ground.
Correct. And that you are 100% correct. The sidewalk to the road is not your property, but everything from the sidewalk to your
Or
house
that's yours.
is yours.
Yep.
So the fact that they did that on the driveway definitely should have fell under stand your
But
ground for
see, I
Travis.
don't understand how they're still trying to go for like what the hell is that's what I'm telling you. I would never live in Florida because why the hell all of those holes in the story, you would think that they would say that they would dismiss it, without prejudice. That way they could or the judge would do that. So that way they could go back and get the information. It's too many loopholes in this story. And the sad part
Mhm.
about it is that even with all the bullshit and loopholes, the jury might still find him guilty because we talking about Florida.
Luckily, and that was the best thing is that luckily it took them 4 hours to come up with the not guilty plea. He was
Oh, so
completely
he did
exonerated.
say not guilty. Thank God.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and it only took them 4 hours, which was amazing because
Yeah.
usually it takes longer. But
They probably
yeah, he
just
was
sat
kind of
there and they probably just sat there and was like, we don't want it to look bad, so we just gonna sit here and yeah, okay, good. I'm glad.
yeah. They exonerated him. He is a completely free man.
Good.
Although his mom is still very traumatized, obviously because
I'm sure she is.
traumatic thing. Um, but yeah, they did it. And one of the biggest things that helped him was Dominique herself. Because see, then now remember, Dominique was mad that he was cheating on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dominique was a married woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did her husband have to say about all of this?
Mm.
Wait a minute, stop. Don't even answer that. Did Travis know she was married?
That was never
I guess it don't really matter. I was
yeah,
just
I
curious.
don't they never said if Travis knew if she was married or not. And the husband never as far as I know, the husband never came forward.
They were probably separated, just married, and ain't nobody filed no divorce.
Probably, but see that's still that's the problem that still hurts her problem
Yeah.
because her case because you're still legally married, so you can't really reasonably be mad at him if he was cheating because you're still cheating too. You're still married, sis. Separation is not a divorce. But I mean, it's just like you tried to ruin this man's life because you're mad. I get it, you were drunk, but
You
you,
don't need,
you
you can't hold your liquor. The thing is, if you know you can't hold your liquor, you don't need to do certain shit.
exactly, and that's the problem. And then you almost and then because then she tried to say when they did pull it up and on the stand question her about why she said shoot this shit up and all that. She goes, yeah, but I didn't say shoot him.
So
That's not
if you're gonna shoot inside of somebody's house and the person's in there, I mean, you don't need to specify. Child, don't get me going. Don't get.
exactly.
I
Well,
could be
not
all
only that, not
this.
only that. Bullets have no name, and that's the
They
problem.
don't.
And this is not a young girl. You are a fully grown adult. You know that they have no name. So yeah, it may not have hit him, but who's to say it wouldn't hit one of his neighbors? Because that's one thing about it. His neighbors from a lot of places he lived, and I'm not talking about, and I'm talking about even more than just the black folk. A lot of them, especially the white folk, they would say they had nothing but good things to say about Travis. They said nothing but good things. He was a great man. Well, sorry, he is a great man. That they've never known him to have any troubles or any problems. Like they had great things to say about him.
Mm.
And you tried to ruin this man's life.
And you did ruin this man's life.
Yeah,
I'm surprised if I were him. Now that my case was over, I would go sue. I'm not gonna lie. I would sue her. I would sue her family. I sue her brothers. Um, I would just sue everybody.
I would too. Okay, so this is a good. I think this kind of puts a little bit more perspective on the situation. So basically, I'm skipping over the initial because I already told you the initial. The confrontation turned violent. Rudolph said, and he armed himself with a semi-automatic rifle. Prosecutors said the men had stopped fighting Rudolph and were trying to flee in a black Cadillac 300 feet away from Rudolph's home when the football player fired 39 rounds into their car,
30.
unaliving 39, unaliving Sebastian Jean-Jacques in the passenger seat and wounding Tyler Robinson in the back of the car. Rudolph testified that both men were pointing weapons back at him, though investigators said they never found evidence to support his claim. Rudolph asked Circuit Judge Jeffrey Gillen to dismiss the case on the basis of Florida stand your ground law, which permits the use of deadly force to protect. Gillian, I'm just going to say Gillian because that's what it looks like to me. That's the easiest. Gillian denied his request, leaving jurors to decide whether Rudolph ended Jean-Jacques' life to save his own. It took them longer to acquit him than the 5 minutes Rudolph's attorney, Mark Scheiner, had suggested it should. Although neither men complained as they filed out the courtroom, it means everything. I finally got my freedom back. That's after he found out he was acquitted. Well, found innocent. Let me say it that way because he was
And
found
see,
innocent.
that's another
Mhm.
thing too, Elmo. This stuff will be on his record, right?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't acquitted, he was found now guilty. That's gonna hurt him also because even though you're found not guilty, the shit's still there.
Yep.
So he needs to. Hopefully, he'll take the steps to get it, his record expunged and all of that. But yeah, I mean, and that's extra money out of his pocket that he's gonna have to pay in order to get his record clean.
Yep.
Just think about it. When you go to apply for a job, you think they give a damn about something saying not guilty? They're just not gonna want to work with you.
And then one of the other things that hurt their case was Travis himself. Travis was the one who was hit in the back, who survived. He initially they when he got out of surgery, they interviewed him, and he told one version of the story where he said he didn't have anything. They came to talk peaceful, and he ran just to get away when he heard the shots. Well, then he changed a couple days later. He changed it to, yeah, I had a weapon, but I knew y'all. I didn't want y'all to find it on me, so we just had it. We just had there because all of the boys initially who survived tried to say that they didn't have any weapons on them. They came unarmed and peaceful. And Travis really broke that story up by changing his story up and finally admitting it.
A bunch of
So yeah, like all three of them who, and I'm only saying three because one passed away, and I'm including Dominique. But all three of them had holes in their stories that made no sense. And like many people, I agree. Dominique, Keyshawn, and Travis need to be put up on charges. Because now, if it wasn't for them, and the one who passed, Sebastian, he was actually Keyshawn's best friend. Dominique called him her brother too, even though they were not blood related. So you got your brother's best friend, someone you call a brother, unalived because you were in your feelings about something that you were doing yourself. Not only that, Dominique needs to be put up on charges because there's video proof from the ring camera that showed that she at least put her hands on him at least one
So,
incident.
assault. She can be charged with assault.
Yeah. And she can't say it wasn't her because you can see it clearly in her. He did not, when in the video, in the ring footage, he's walking inside. His hands are not, he's not even, it's almost like he was eating all the punches. He was not hitting her. He was not trying to push her off. He was walking inside the house and she's punching him in the face.
Thank God for cameras. I'm telling you, because
Definitely. And his story never changed. His story stayed the same.
that you know what that tells you about how men and women get treated differently.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is so unfortunate because I don't agree with men putting their hands on women, but I damn sure. Hold on.
While she got us on hold, I will say I agree with with the message she sent us.
Close
I
my
don't
door.
think I don't think that men should put their hands on women, but however, I think a man needs to defend themselves. If a woman is putting their hands on you, don't beat her up like a dude, but you better defend yourself enough to get away from her or get her
And
off of
see,
you.
and that's what I tell my son. Listen, I don't care who it is. You don't let nobody put their hands on you. I don't care if they hit you, you hit them back. Don't matter who it is. My daughter too, and I tell like my daughter, she got suspended from school for hitting this boy, and she had busted his lip. And I was like, "What is your problem?" Like, it was embarrassing because I had to call her to the school, get it straight. Because I'm like, "Look, I don't know where she get this from. Literally, it was a little boy who liked her, and she liked him, and I don't know what happened. But a couple of days before, I didn't even know she had busted the boy lip, and then she got suspended for hitting him in school. And I told her, "You better be glad his mama is cool about it, because she could definitely have you arrested for battery.
Yeah,
You battered her son." I said, "If it were me, I'd have your ass arrested."
I would too.
You cannot be putting your hands on people, period. male or female. I said, because if he would have bust you in your face back, I wouldn't even been mad because you would have got what you got.
Especially nowadays, because nowadays I don't care what age they are. They might come back with something more powerful than
Dude,
your hands. You better keep
these
your hands to yourself.
these boys don't care. They hitting back. And you know what? I'm not even like, you can't even get mad at it because don't no mother want her son being hit on because it's a girl.
And see the problem that we have with that, and this is why I advocate so hard for men to stop letting these women put their hands on you, is
Mhm.
because we are very normal. We are very quick to jump to when a man's putting hands on a woman because we know
Yep.
you don't put your hands on a woman, and women are going to be the first ones to speak about their domestic violence
Yep.
incidents. Men get abused way more than women, but they report it so much less because we have made a bad
Stigma.
impression on men that, oh, if a woman hits you, you better not say nothing because you're supposed to be a man,
You can't be soft. Yeah.
right?
Yep. And
So
that's
when
so
they get
sad. So
abused, yeah, it is sad. And when they get abused, they don't report it typically because, oh, if I report it, I'm gonna get clowned at. I'm gonna be looked at as a
mhm.
bitch or a sissy. So I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just be quiet until I blow up. And then when I blow up, I'm looking like a bad guy because when I sit there and start saying I blew up because it was the last straw for me being beat up, and now it's hard to prove that case because there's
Yep.
no trail of you've been abused for this much time.
Yep. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds, and this is not a woman situation, but I'm trying to remember who this was. I know who it was. Are you familiar with the serial killer John Wayne Gacy?
Oh yes.
So I don't know. I just have this weird thing with him. So like I know a lot about him. So he killed those 33 men and buried them in his house, and then he dropped them in the
Hmm.
river. But one of the people that survived, he raped them. He went to the police station to report it, and they laughed at him. They laughed at him and
Hmm.
shooed him away. Now, had they got him, because he had already been to prison before for a 15-year-old boy that he messed with. If they would have put him in prison for rape, those other boys that were killed would probably still be alive. But
Yep.
this man came in there asking you for help. Same thing happened with Jeffrey Dahmer. A black man went and tried to get help, and that little 14-year-old boy tried to get help, and the police turned him back over to Jeffrey Dahmer, and he killed him. And I'm like, this is the stigma we have to break. Things happen to men too, just like they happen to women.
Yeah.
They do. Do you think anybody, especially a man, wants to go to a police station and tell a whole bunch of grown men that he been raped? Do you know how demeaning that is to a man? I mean, yes, to a woman, but to a man that's supposed to be like, a man, that can't be.
Hmm.
And that, and like tying it back to, I'm sorry, but they need to charge her. Like,
I agree.
they need to charge her. Like, it's not too late. It's only been 3 years. With the statute of limitations, it's probably
The fact
10
that
years,
someone, the fact
maybe.
that someone passed away, the statute of limitations will not run out because murder does not have a
Well, yeah,
statute of
for
limitations.
murder, but I'm talking about like for assault. Like, so Travis can, have charges pressed on her for assault. There's gonna be a statute of limitations on that.
Oh
But if
yeah, on
I
that
was
one,
him,
yeah.
I would go back and I would, especially with that ring cam video. Thank God for videos. I would definitely get that. I would make them file charges.
What he also needs to do, if he hasn't done it already, is he needs to sit there and put cameras inside of his house
Yep.
because what she tried to say was that he slammed her down inside the house. Now, if he did it, I don't know if he did it or not because there's no video footage of it. But if he did it, I ain't mad at him because you shouldn't have put your hands on him.
Yeah. Then you get what you get. What
You
did you
did
do?
you put right. Not only did you put your hands on him, you sat there and smashed his property and you busted his car window in with a brick. That would piss anyone off.
Yep. That would make me go left.
So, it's just like you really don't have a leg to stand on because then when they question her, so basically the Jones siblings and their friends said that tried to testify that the text messages wasn't serious and that the men arrived at Travis's home seeking answers and an apology, not bloodshed. But they
Yeah, came with a gun. Okay.
right, multiple. So I mean, to me, if when I come, like I was yelling at my phone when I was watching the damn video. When I come to a heated situation looking for answers and apology, I don't come armed. I also don't come and park 300 feet away from where I'm going. I'm going to park right there so I can come and knock on your door.
It's one thing to have a gun in your car under your seat, right?
Right.
But it's one thing to show if you show up to somebody's house with a gun, especially concealed. I could see if he walked up to the door and had this it unconcealed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, look, I got this on me. I always carry it on me. But just to go up, nah, you knew what you was doing in there. You knew exactly what
Exactly.
you were doing.
And what I'm
You
gonna do is I'm gonna try to find the video and I'm gonna send you the video on YouTube, the one I watched, because the one that I watched did a great job of following from start to finish what went on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna text that to you probably
Okay,
sometime today
that's fine.
because it's a really good watch, the one that I saw. But I mean, it's just like you can, and when you able to see the video, the ring footage. Us black folk, we know when someone's standing on business.
Yeah.
And that's what those four boys gave me. They gave me the impression that they were standing on business. And the girl, first of all, I ain't trying to body shame nobody, but Dominique is not a cute girl. Body wise, face wise, she's not that cute of a girl. Is she ugly? No. But is she that cute? No.
I'm just wondering, cause for somebody like me who never answers their door, I don't care who it is. I'm not answering my door. Would they
Hmm.
have shot up the house if he didn't answer? Like,
Probably.
and so then we would have we would be having a whole nother conversation. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It seems like it was just gonna, regardless, it was just gonna end in bloodshed. Like,
And that was the biggest problem for the defense because Travis and his lawyer was basically like, I don't know if they actually said in the video, but they were smart. I think they were smart enough to understand that no matter what he did, they were standing there coming to handle business.
somebody was gonna die that night. Whether it was gonna be Travis, his brother, the boy, somebody wasn't gonna walk away.
That's what that's what the one who was holding the gun to Travis's brother's head. He basically said it. He said you're not gonna live past the night, according to
Well,
Travis.
I'm not
Which
sure
again,
what
I believe
I'm
Travis.
supposed to interpret that then. I mean,
Right.
what were you supposed to do? It's either gonna be me or you.
Right. So, like I said, that's Travis's words, and I believe Travis. I fully believe Travis. I think everything he said was honest. I don't believe he
Well,
lied. His story never changed.
did he put the? Because what I would have done is when she smashed up my shit, I would have put her ass out. She
I
would have
don't
had.
know if he put around. I don't know. They didn't say that, but I would have.
She would have had to go. I would have pushed her on that front yard, not pushed her, but redirected her and told her to get the hell up out of my house.
Yeah, I would have called 911 while
And
I
then
was,
there
and
you
then
go. He should have
and
called
then I
nine.
would have said, "Yep, call." And as they're on the phone, I would have told her, "You got to go. Goodbye. Get out."
Listen, my girlfriend has damaged my property. I have asked her to leave. She will not leave. Can you send a police officer out here, please?
Not girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
Ex, whatever.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason why I would say ex is because if you say girlfriend, it could kind of muddy the water. This one, if you say
Well,
ex,
at the
that
time,
shows that you're trying to be done.
well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. We just broke up. She won't leave my house. I've asked her to leave, and they probably would have told him, "Well, she's staying here. It's an eviction." But still, I would have had something on record. And that's
Right.
another thing gotta normalize. It's okay to call the police. It's all right.
It sure is.
Like when we were having issues, so like my husband has a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very beginning of me and him, she tried to make my life a living hell from the very beginning. She married this guy. Me and him got into it, an altercation one time. Like he tried to hit me. He was gonna spit on me. He tried to shoot my husband. All kind of stuff. So when that happened, we like left where we were because like he went to go drop off his daughter, and the man had a gun to my husband's chest. And so you know where I am. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm getting in the car. I'm running. And my daughter was in the car too, and she seen it all. Like he threatened to hit me in my face, spit on me, all kind of stuff. So I almost hit him with my car. I pulled off, got to the gas station, and I called the police. And I made a whole police report. And they tried to catch him, but they couldn't. He ended up going. He was already on federal probation for a gun charge. But after all of that happened, he ended up going back to prison. But like I told my husband, and then like he got out, and my stepdaughter was with us one time, and they just kept calling her, asking her what. Anyway, they made her cry, and she threatened to come down to my house. You know what I did?
What's that?
I called the sheriff department and had them
I
come
will.
over because I told them, listen, her husband is a felon with this charge. They have threatened to come over here. We have told them not to come, and and the sheriff and I know in the county I lived in, they didn't play. They already said, look, they had pictures and everything of them. I gave him pictures and everything. And I told him, look, you got to have this stuff on record. Because if something goes down, you got to be able to show, look, this is all the stuff that's been happening. But thank God she got rid of him. He was trouble from the very beginning. But she did everything she could to try to make me break up with him. Now, it was okay for her to date whoever she wanted to. But
Oh, of
she did
course.
everything to make me leave. Everything to make me leave. She still tries now, but I don't pay her no mind. Because she told me before, when I see you, I'm going to beat your ass. I don't care if it's 5 years from now. She still
And
ain't
I
beat my.
remember, and I remember something a key part that also got it. Not to cut you off, but
You fine?
with Dominique, when Dominique was first interviewed that night or whatever night it was when they told her when they were trying to basically find out what happened with her from her side.
Mm-hmm.
She was so nonchalant. She had no kind of emotion. She was just like, whatever.
Because she didn't care.
She
Because
didn't.
she
And
knew the
then
gravy train was over.
right, and then even on the stand when they were questioning her, where you would think that even though we know she don't care, that she would at least fake it. When they asked her like what her thing, why she did what she did, and send them texts, she goes, "I was upset." Again, nonchalant, like someone just asked, "Girl, where you get your hair done?" I was upset. Stay right there. That also should have showed them that
Yeah.
she meant to do it. She don't care. She'll do it again. So why are you letting this person walk free? Who's gonna do it again?
Well, luckily the jury probably took note of all of that. And thank goodness they were able to see through the bullshit.
Right, because they could have seriously ended a young man's whole life
You know what though?
even worse than it was.
Let me tell you something. If Dominique would have been white, Travis would be in jail. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course. Well, he would have stayed in jail. Is what you mean?
Yeah, he would have stayed. Yep. And then he would have, when Dominique was up there testifying, he would have, they would, I don't care if it was bullshit. She could have got up there and said blah, 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 and they still would have charged him.
Yeah,
I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
it's the truth. We've seen it. We've seen it happen so many times. Even in Florida, Casey Anthony did that to her child, and she got away.
Yep. Mentally ill. Mentally ill my ass. It's
There's a
all
lot of parents who are mentally ill, and they still take care of their damn children.
they blame everything on mental illness.
When it comes to them,
But when a black person is having a meltdown, it's she's a thug. She's,
Mhm.
stable. She came, he's mentally ill. And his parents got divorced when he was 3. And he just do you know most of us come from single parent homes? Do you think we give a damn
Yep.
about somebody being divorced? And his
Hello.
daddy walked out of his life and he's just he started killing animals and that's the stuff they say though.
It is, but then again, that's the problem is that I feel like is that one, and I'm gonna speak to us. One, we don't get therapy for our problems. That's one thing I always say. I don't care who you are, get therapy.
Yep.
I know that what we've heard from years and years was what happens in my house stays in my house, and we
Pray it
black
off.
folk don't get therapy. Yeah, pray it off, and black folk don't get therapy. Get your ass some therapy from a good therapist that you trust. Second of all,
Yep.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say yep. Hmm.
But second of all, you got to be willing to understand that your trauma matters, even if it's something small.
Yep.
If you just push me a little bit and it hurt, that matters.
Yep.
Speak on it. Don't be afraid to say that hurt me,
But see,
especially men.
but the black community is to blame. Our elders are to blame for that because, like, if I would have went to my grandmother and said, something, girl, them white folks is crazy. They go to therapy and stuff like that. Just pray about it. Go to God. And you think about that, and I was like, I would never thinking on that. I would never tell my child to go to God. Yes, you could pray about it, yeah, but you need to have somebody to talk to. Let's talk this out. I don't care what you say. You need to be on somebody's couch, period. But that's the stigma that we have put in. And, honestly, I will say that this newer generation is doing a better job of instilling. Because think about it. We have generational trauma.
Hmm.
All of us need to be on the couch. We have generational trauma that we don't even know about it. Think about it. When you go back and try to trace your ancestors, a lot of times you can't even get past your great grandparents. That in itself, because you don't know who you are, where you came from, that in itself can be traumatic.
Yeah.
I don't know what nobody say because I don't know, or because I know that my great great grandfather was a slave master, and all of my grandmother's parents were mulatto or white. That's traumatic to me because here we have this unknown slave name here, and then we have the father. Well, who was my grandmother? Who was my great great? That kind of stuff. That's traumatic for somebody to see. That's
Right.
detrimental.
You're right.
We all need to be encouraging each other and be like stuff like
Hey,
this
Tiara.
platform here. Hey Tara, this platform here is like therapy for a lot of us. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of us have said that there's so many things that are going on in our personal lives. Then when you get here, you can just relax and you can be yourself. There's no judgment. Whatever it is, even if people come on here and express personal, not to get too personal, but I think that's a great avenue for people to be able to just release.
And it definitely is, and that's the thing. You have to be able to speak about it. And for since Sierra just came in, basically talking about the Travis Rudolph situation. If you don't know about it, long story short, young woman tried to ruin the young man's life because they both were cheating in some form or fashion, and it became deadly. But yeah, I mean, but basically, I mean, you gotta know that whether you're man, woman, black, white, green, or yellow, whether you come from a poor family or a rich one, you got to be willing to talk about your stuff, and you
Yeah.
got to be willing to grow from it because
Rich people
trauma
have
is going to
trauma.
be there.
Trauma has no name.
It doesn't.
Where's Poppy? Not to change the subject. Where's Poppy?
I don't know. He was in my phone texting, talking about some daggone that the political thing that happened
Oh,
recently.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I have my thoughts on that, but I'll just no, and it's not political either. It's just I'm just gonna say this: the memes have been. If you haven't seen the memes, go check them out. They are world class funny. Like,
Yeah, I've
uh,
been staying as far away from it because y'all know how I get about that
no,
stuff.
it's the
No, I
memes.
know what
Like,
you.
that's
No, no,
why
no, no.
I'm serious.
I know
Like,
what you're saying. You're
black
just
people,
talking about the memes.
black people don't take shit serious. We don't take a damn thing serious about nothing.
Because you can. After everything we've been through, you really, really
Yeah.
can't. Like, I'll be very honest. I want to go to New Orleans. Not, well, I mean, I want to go, of course, for the fun stuff, but I really want to go because I want to go see the Whitney Plantation.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. We were gonna go see that, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna pay because it's very expensive. I'm not gonna pay all that money to get pissed off, and it's probably gonna be white people on the tour.
How much is it?
It's a lot. I'm trying to think for all of us. I think it was like for five of us, it was like $500 or $600. It's very
Oh,
expensive.
damn.
Now they do have other plantations around there. The only thing about the Whitney plantation is that it's owned by a black person. So the guy who
Right.
owns it, that was his family. He bought it back. That's the
Oh,
only
they
reason
got,
I would go support. But it's just so freaking expensive. But I'm sure that it's worth it. But I have to work with my money.
girl, they got a Groupon for $75. I could do that.
That's good because it costs way more than that. But I will say like you would have a good time. On you've never been to New Orleans before?
I have never been. I really want
Oh,
to
you'll have
go.
a great time. Everybody there is like Bourbon Street. Like everybody is open, like straight. They have a whole section like on Bourbon Street that's primarily for like LGBTQ. But everybody goes up and down the street. It doesn't matter. Everybody is just so open, and fun, and there's no judgment. Like you would really have a good time. Like we're going
Yeah,
back
I definitely got it.
in February for Super Bowl again. But we try to go like once a year because the food. We normally just go for
Mhm.
the food, really, to be honest with you. But
See, I think I want to go. Probably now. Don't necessarily want to go during the hot time. I would like to go to see Mardi Gras, but I'm not set on it. But
mhm,
maybe I'm thinking about maybe next year trying to work that out to go.
go
But
you should.
sis, you said $500 for y'all,
Hmm.
girl. I'm looking at these prices. They ain't a lot cheaper than $500. So maybe
And
that was just something.
we went to New Orleans last year. So we normally when we go, we stay like a week.
Mhm.
Because we want to eat. Like you can't just go stay a day or two. Like we gotta
No,
go
I
get
always do a week.
huh?
I always do a week when I go
Yeah.
far places.
Every night you go, you need to go to Bourbon Street every night because it's gonna be a different scene. Like Um, and honestly, I would encourage you to go through Mardi Gras. You'll probably have the best time. I mean, you'll have a good time regardless. But Mardi Gras is gonna be very fun. It's in March this upcoming year. But you'll have a great. I think you'll have. I know you'll have a great time. They serving alcohol everywhere you go. Like you can drink on the street. You'll be so drunk. Like you'll just let it go. Like you'll have a great time.
Okay, because I'm looking at these prices, and I usually do the self tour because I want to do it at my speed, and I don't want to be walking through real quick. They say it's only $25.
But itself, I'm telling you, those prices were different because we
I
were going
believe you.
that one, and then there was another one. I think the shot something, and we
A
were gonna go.
guided tour is 32.
Hmm. I wish I would have known because we were gonna go to another plantation, and I told my husband, you know what? I don't feel like being pissed off all week because I'll see this and be crying and get pissy, and then I'll be looking at the white folks all weird. But if you really even just want to see some slave quarters in Mississippi and the Delta, they got plenty of them. If they haven't,
I mean, I've been to one because I live in North Carolina, and
yeah.
there's a couple of plantations that you can still go to up here. So I've been to some before, and it definitely does hit. But I would love to see like the Whitney plantation because that's a big one, and I
It
would love to
is
see it.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage go. Like, don't miss out. Go on that. Do like they have like the bayou tours where they'll take you like in the fan boats and on the bayou where you can see alligators and all kind of stuff. We did
I
that.
don't know if I want to see the gators. Them things scare me. Them things
No,
jump.
they don't jump like that. But
Girl,
we did.
I watched the Animal Planet. Them things jump.
No, they did have one that hissed at us because she had just laid her eggs, and so she was hissing at us. But it's beautiful. Like, oh my goodness, Louisiana is a beautiful place. If you can appreciate the wildlife and the nature, it can be. Now it is swampy, but it can be a beautiful place.
Girl, don't tell me that. I may not go.
It's no, Louisiana ain't nothing but a big swamp. It's a big bayou.
I
Anyway,
know, and I don't like nature.
it's a nice place. Go to New Orleans. New Orleans is more city. Um,
So Mardi Gras is gonna be in March. I
yes,
might be able to do that.
Yes, in March. See, we're going in February for the Super. At first I thought Mardi Gras was going to be going on the same time as Super Bowl, but it'll be just as crazy there at Super Bowl. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We just going to partake in the festivities on Bourbon Street. Um, but yeah,
Where
Super.
my Airbnb? I'm listening. I'm looking on Airbnb now.
Yeah, Mississippi. Uh.
I ain't
Uh,
doing Mississippi. I'm too black for that.
my family's from there, and I'm telling you, it's nothing beautiful about Mississippi. I haven't been to one place in Mississippi that just gave. Oh. It's given. Mm-mm.
I'm too black for that. I told you I'm too black.
And everybody there, like growing up, we would go visit. I was telling my husband, it used to be black and white. You would never see Hispanic people or Asian people. And then I just recently went, and you have all different. Maybe Biloxi, you might be right, Cynthia. Maybe Biloxi on the Gulf, but anywhere else is questionable.
Now I won't lie, y'all. I'd be a little afraid to go down to New Orleans. Not saying I wouldn't, but I'd be a little afraid because I don't need nothing coming. I don't need nothing coming back home with me. No, stayed over there. Where you at?
Nothing
Don't
like
go pop up. You know they full of voodoo, hoodoo, and you do.
oh no, no. You really should partake. You'll have a great time. Um, if you want to go somewhere that's judgment free and you can be yourself and not, and feel comfortable, New Orleans is that place.
I definitely think I want to go to. I not think I definitely do want to go. I just gotta figure some shit out.
I would say before you go, like try to plan out where you want to eat too, because it's so many places. Yeah, as long as you stay with the crowd, and it's always a crowd everywhere you go in New Orleans, but try to figure out where you want to eat because there's so many hidden gems, like in New Orleans. Like, I mean, all the food is good, but like I like to go to the hood spots, because that's where the food really gonna hit. But
Listen, when I go, I probably won't even be out. I mean, be home that much. I'm an explorer, so I'm
yeah,
gonna explore shit.
that's what we did. Like I would say too, the only thing about it is like it's really hot in the summertime. Oh my god, like
That's why
you're
I don't
not
want to go in the summer.
out in
Uh-uh.
May. Go like in the spring and the fall because it's just so hot.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go. I don't try to go south no time in the summer unless I have to. No, ma'am. Oh, see,
Yeah,
Cynthia, don't tell me shit like that because I like to venture off and experiment and
that's
explore.
not. I've been to New Orleans a many times. The thing is like okay, I would say like this. The first time I ever went to New Orleans and I was on Bourbon Street, I was like, what the hell is this? Because you would see like all these big, beautiful hotels, and then all of a sudden you would see like this row house. And so it looked really, really ghetto, I guess you could say. But that's just how New Orleans looks. Of course, you don't want to go like to any of the wards. And you're not, as a tourist, you're not going to go in any places like that. You're going to stay to like Bourbon Street, Lake Pontchartrain. They got the malls, what is it, the outlets and stuff like that. Um, we went to City Park where we rode like the bicycles. We got on the swan. It's like a swan in the shape of a heart, and we all rode that. So you're gonna want to stay in the tourist attractions. But yes, you wouldn't want to go like into any of the wards because think about it like this: there's still a lot of places in New Orleans that have not been fixed up from Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
So you want to stay in the common areas. You don't want to go in any, and this is for any major city. You're not gonna want to veer off to no hood. You gonna want to stay where everybody else is. So like, what is it? Canal Street, Bourbon Street. It's always a party all day long, literally all day long. When I started the Crystal Burger place sold margaritas. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, they sell margaritas everywhere. Everywhere you turn around, they even giving out shots on the street. So yeah,
Listen, don't tell me. I don't know how to act, y'all. Don't be telling me that, y'all.
I'm telling you, you're gonna have a blast. Like I was so drunk, my daughter kept trying to tell me it said chicken tenders on the menu. I was like, I don't see no. We was at Willie's Chicken, and I said, I don't see no. I was so like, I had one of these big old. It's called a cocktail, like a cock, like a, a rooster. And I had one, and my husband had one. And man, I was so drunk. I was like sick for the last 2 days. Yes, Popeyes does hit different for sure. You got to try the Popeyes. It is not like
Oh,
it's
I would do
real.
Popeyes in Louisiana because that's where it originated. So you know
Yes,
it's different.
yes, it is. It's great. Like that was one of the things my daughter like. She couldn't wait because she wanted to try the Popeyes. But yes, it's totally. They even sell gizzards. I don't know if you know what gizzards are, but they sell grits. Um,
I don't eat grapes. That's nasty.
they sell all kind of stuff and liver.
If
I
I
don't.
don't eat liver, that's
I,
nasty.
but black folks love them some liver. and onions.
I
I
don't
got
like liver. That's nasty. Liver's supposed to be in my body, not in my mouth. Ew.
so yeah. Alligator is good though. I've had that many
I ain't
times.
eating no alligator. If it can
Alligator
bite me, I don't want to bite it back.
is good.
Well, you good yourself. I don't want that shit.
Tastes like
Alligator,
fish.
stay in the swamps where you belong. Don't stay over here near me. No.
But if you like a good seafood,
I
definitely
love
you're gonna find
seafood.
in
I love some good seafood. I don't. I listen. I told my best friend, and y'all say y'all love jokes for your damn self. But I would like to try some crawfish, but I don't know how I feel about sucking something out the head. I don't know
Ugh.
about that.
I don't like crawfish. I don't like shrimp. Like I'm not a
I
if I don't
love
eat
shrimp.
that's it. I'm not eating nothing except for like catfish. I'll eat some alligator or something like that, but
Uh-uh.
I don't like anything that smells too fishy. Mm-mm.
I love me some shrimp. So someone told me if you love shrimp, you'll love crawfish, and I love shrimp. So
Yeah,
I feel like I would like crawfish, but I
you
don't know
probably
how I
would.
feel about sucking it out the head. That's just I don't know.
You suck it out the head and you peel the meat off the tail. You do a lot of work to get a little piece of meat. Like
See, no, I'd rather someone just go ahead and crack it out the shell. I don't want to suck it out the head.
you suck the juice out the head. You're sucking out the juice.
I don't care what you sucking at. I don't want to suck the head. There's only one head I would suck.
But it's crazy because like crab boils, like those you'll find those because there's a difference in between Creole and Cajun. So like when you go
Right.
like towards like Lafayette and those places like that, they're more of like Cajun. So that's where you'll find the crab boils and stuff. You're not gonna find crab boils like down in New Orleans. I had to explain it to my other daughter. I'm like, look, that shit y'all be eating, that's not something that they eat like that in Louisiana. That's just some shit y'all somebody brought in tried to put it in Louisiana. That's not how they do it there.
Now,
But
see, if I wouldn't look for no crab, no crab boils or all that shit. Cause my idea was, whether it's true or not, is that motherfucker gonna be expensive, especially in Louisiana. So I don't want that shit. Give me separate. Get everything separate.
it's good though. I'm telling you, when you have some of that food, you gonna want to go back because
Yes,
to me,
I
people
agree.
can't. Because like here in Georgia, like people don't know how to cook. Like if you're not buying wings, everything else is just like to me, soul food is just gross here. Alabama the same way. Soul food there, barbecue. Like I'm like, y'all don't try to serve me no barbecue, please, because I don't want
But
it. It's
I agree
barbecue.
with you. 'Cause I feel like when I went to Vegas, I enjoyed myself, and when I came back, I was already ready to go back again. So I feel like just about anywhere I go, unless it's like um Branson, Missouri, I feel like I'd want to go back again.
What? No, what is Branson, Missouri? Don't they have a college there? That's where Mizzou, isn't it?
I don't remember what they have, but it's Whitesville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Whitesville. It's oh,
I
it
had a
has a
career
Titanic
that lived
museum and
there. That's how I know about it. She lived there. She was on one of them shows about finding houses and stuff.
hmm
They lived out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it's probably a beautiful city, but
Sweetie pies. Is Sweetie Pies is St. Louis and Branson in the same area?
I think it's close, if not exactly. I think they're in the same general area. Like I'm looking up Branson now, and Branson's things to do is Hollywood Wax Museum, the Butterfly Palace, Lake Taneycomo, Ride the Ducks, Branson Scenic Railway. What do you got? Zip lining. I wouldn't mind doing some zip lining. Dolly Parton Stampede, her dinner theater. I wouldn't mind seeing Dolly Parton's dinner theater,
You
but I can
go
go
to
to South
Dolly
Carolina
Parton.
to see that.
Go to
Huh?
Dolly. Don't go. If you want to see Dolly Parton stuff or like something like that, go to Gatlinburg.
Dollywood. Yeah, I'm definitely that's definitely on my bucket list. My mom is going there this year, and she
Fun.
didn't tell me.
We went last year for spring break and we had so much fun. Like, oh my God. We
Well, my
stayed
mama didn't
for
tell me, so I didn't get to go. Well, I'm not gonna get to go because she didn't tell me. She claims that's supposed to be her twin sister's birthday adventure, and I'm like,
they
okay,
must
well, you could have told
stay in
me.
the cabins. They gonna stay in the cabins.
I I don't know where they staying. I don't know where they staying, but
That we had so much fun in Gatlinburg, like so much
I
fun.
would. My whole thing was she could have told me I could have got my own little place because I would. We ain't got to stay in the same place and do everything
Mhm.
together. I would definitely adventure away from you because I want to be able to have a hot girl summer in the fall.
Yes, they are, Cynthia. Like the whole place is like it was so funny because we went last year for spring break, and at the time, the black bears were starting to come out, and so we were driving along or whatever, and all of a sudden, like it was all this traffic. You had all these white folks standing outside trying to like take pictures of the bears, climbing up. And we were just we were trying to get by, and we were looking at this man. He just looked at us, and I blew my horn. I was like, "Can you move, please?" I mean, people were literally out of their cars. Now, keep in mind, if those bears come and attack you, then you'll say, "Oh, he just attacked her," and the bears are trying to live. Y'all bothering the bears, like,
Right.
but it's beautiful. Like, it's man, you will not. When I tell you, it's stuff you'll see. Like when we were driving there, like we passed the elk farm, so we got to see some elks. Like it's just the air is so. Because at the time, my daughter had like was having sinus problems. When we went up there, got out with that air, like all of that stuff just cleared up. It's just that clean and crisp up there. It's beautiful. You have to. It's a must. You gotta go.
Well, see, the one thing I do see that I would not enjoy is they got hot tubs, and I don't want to get no hot tub because no yeast
The hot
infection
tubs
for me.
are outside.
Huh?
The hot tubs are usually like outside of your cabin, so you probably won't. You don't have to get in the hot tub.
I wouldn't because I've been watching a lot of videos about people with like hot tubs and jet pools and how if you don't clean them properly, they got all this gunk and nastiness that be in them jets. And I don't want nothing going in my vagina, getting to
Yeah,
messing up my pH balance and all that. So no.
yeah. I stay like I don't even personally. I don't even go to pools. Um, I don't. I'm
Well, I
not even.
can't swim. I can't swim, so ain't no point in me going to pools anyways.
I can swim, but I just don't like when we went to the beach this weekend. I didn't get out in the water. Like cause you get out there and all them people out there in the water, and the water is.
Yeah.
What's the saying? I said I don't care. I just don't want to be out here with all these people. You don't know what's in their body. Ain't no filtration system out here. I just go sit with my chair in my bathing suit and just.
And they be peeing in that pool.
Yep. I'm not an ocean person. Like I don't really. I don't care about the beach. My kids love the beach. I'm not a beach person.
See, I
Me
would
too.
love to do this. There's a cabin I'm looking at that looks so beautiful. It looks so gorgeous. But they ain't got no goddamn light lamp posts. I need street lights. This
You're
is in
not
the
gonna have
mountains.
street lights up there, and you gonna hear the bears. You gonna hear them roaring at night.
See, that's
My mother-in-law, she went a couple of months ago, and she sent me a video. They was actually getting ready to go get in the hot tub, and all of a sudden a bear was at the back of their cabin door.
see
I
that
said,
shit was scared the fuck out of me. I can't do that. No ma'am.
yeah, but
Cause I
it
can't.
when you go
Mhm.
to you go in time if you it gets cold up there in the wintertime, so it's not. I wouldn't really recommend it in the wintertime because you get on that mountain and you can't get back off the mountain. But I mean, the thing is, animals don't bother you unless you bother them, right? They bother
Mhm.
white because white people always want to go and fuck with them. Black people,
Of
they're not
course.
because they just as scared of you as you are them. So they just gone about their business. As long as you ain't messing with their cubs and stuff, they're not gonna mess with you.
Well, Miss Vincent, the problem with that is if I'm drinking and I just put my feet in, I may fuck around and forget that I'm
And
not putting
slip,
my whole body in. Girl,
get out there and slip.
girl, slip right in there and then be like, oh shit, I'm sitting down in this pool, this hot tub. I was not supposed to put my whole body in here. I'm gonna have to go over here and get and sit in some bleach, make sure ain't nothing go in my kitty
Mhm.
box.
A bleach get you a that and some peroxide or and some
And some
baking.
and some antibacterial soap just for safety measures.
It's funny because like when you go to the beach, people just don't give a shit, right? I mean, you see all
Right.
kind of people out there, and I try not to body shame anybody, but
I body shame the fuck.
you have kids. Like there's kids out here. Why are you out here with a thong on and your cheeks out with your 10 stomachs on top of it, but we can't see? Like, come on, have some coof about yourself. This is a
And if you
family.
gonna wear it, and if you gonna wear some dental floss, at least be cute with the dental floss.
It was one girl. She had on like this orange bikini, and my daughter was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like real thin, and the bikini was like a thong, and it was like barely. And then she had the nerve to like, we were walking by, and do you know this heifer was digging in her ass with a towel?
Ew,
And
that's gross.
I said, my dad, I said, "Ooh, look at that." And we were like, "Oh my god, like you really out here doing this, and people are walking by, and we can see you digging in your ass. Why were you digging in your ass? Like,
Cause it won't clean.
if you took a bath before you went to the beach,
She
you should
did.
your ass." And then, not even on top of that, they provide, because you know they provide showers outside of it, because you got to get that sand and the stuff off of you. Did you not take your
Yeah,
ass to the shower and rinse off before you finna sit your dirty ass back in that car?
she didn't.
Just nasty. Just ugh. That's what I'm talking about. No coof, no. And then think about all the people who think that going to take going to the beach is like taking a bath.
Yep, they nasty. Yeah, I mean it's just
Yeah, it.
grossness all around.
But like I said, don't New Orleans definitely you want to visit for sure. Do not sleep on New Orleans.
I was definitely on my bucket list.
Let's see what else is a nice place to go. We've been so many places.
I still got to go back to Vegas because I didn't do everything I wanted in Vegas. I got to go
I
back there.
Vegas. I want to go. Like I wanted to take my mother-in-law for her birthday this year, but she talking about she just want to do a party at. I'm like, My husband was like, no. Where we gonna tell you where, and you gonna get on that plane, and you know.
Yeah, Mama don't need to go. Don't need to go for her birthday to Vegas because she may come back with a whole new man.
We was
And
all
you know,
going. All of us are going.
girl, what that mean? That Vegas,
Yes, it will, Cynthia. It do.
girl. Because look what be in that water. Big bitches who ain't washed their ass.
And since never, that's the first chance of water they done seen.
Because
Mm.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Like I talk about it all the time, and I'm not gonna go too in depth because someone may be eating on the replay game. Working as a waxer,
Ugh. How?
I'm telling you that will teach y'all about people's true lack of hygiene, and I'm talking about from all walks of life, black, white, rich, poor. It shows people's true hygiene and lack thereof.
I couldn't do it. Like me personally, I couldn't do it. That is gross.
It is gross. It gets very gross because, like I said, I ain't gonna go. Shit, y'all. I'm teetering on that line because I know you can tell I want to say the shit,
You should
but
just
I'm
say
trying
it
to.
and give the disclaimer. Look, if you eating, put your food down right now.
She gave y'all damn it disclaimer. Like it'd be so many days that me and the girls would be sitting there and they'd be like they would either come up to me or we'd be talking to the guy and one of us would be like, yeah, that bitch just had a whole turd hanging on her ass and thought I was gonna do her butt strip in her
Are you
Brazilian.
serious? People that
Yeah,
nasty?
yeah.
And they see nothing wrong with it, do they?
Nope.
And be offended when you tell them no.
Yep. They will you could tell that they probably did a quick wipe and they still have dookie turds all up in their butt
That's a shame.
and think that you gonna still do their butt strip. No ma'am. Like there was one girl who I love her to fucking death. I'm mad I don't have her number because I would love to keep in contact with her even though we don't work out no more. But one day before I went on my vacation, me and her was talking and she was like, yeah, that white bitch, she had a lot of money. But when I told her to put her legs up to do her butt strip, she had a whole turd hanging out her butt. And she was like, and she even told me, she was like, I wanted to ask her, like, you don't feel that shit coming out your ass? Like it's a whole turd, not even a piece. It's a whole turd hanging out your ass. You don't feel that? So sure enough, she was like, I told her flat, I said, ma'am, I can't do your butt strip, so we're done here.
That's disgusting.
Or then they will have sex with a partner and come straight in for their wax. No sanitary napkin. No, let me go to the bathroom real quick. No, let me do a whole bath. No, they just do their
Like,
business. Come on in.
who raised these people?
Girl, I don't know.
Who raised these people? Like, who does that?
Well, see, Cynthia, the problem is if some bitches don't really have smells, especially if they taking they chlorophyll, because chlorophyll sometimes has a tendency of getting rid of the smell. But you should feel it. Like if you don't feel it sliding out your ass, because your ass is that damn loose, then you should at least feel the fact that your ass is itchy. Because an unclean ass itches like hell. I clean my ass. So I down trying to, but an itchy ass itches. We all had kids. We know when a kid sitting there scratching their asses because they ain't wipe their ass good. Shit.
This is true because when you see kids digging in their butt, you already know what the deal is.
Yeah. You tell your little ass, baby, go on over there and wipe your ass again because you ain't wipe it good. And shit, if you just not that good, I use them anyways because I just like to feel like I had a shower when I'm out and about, and I have to use the powder room because I don't take shits because I'm a lady, unlike some of these whores. But get some wet wipes.
Yep,
That will ensure that you always have a clean wipe.
that's true. Put you some wipes in your purse.
Hell yeah. Well, Cynthia, the problem is some bitches assholes be gaping because they take too much anal sex, so they don't feel shit sliding out their ass. Some people's pocketbooks ain't tight. They
They fruit ain't well prepared.
hell no. You could throw a basketball down they openings and it'll just go straight on in, swoosh.
They fruit is not very well prepared. Speaking of unprepared fruit, did you see that video that
I see exactly what you're talking about. I do exactly what you said. That's why I laugh.
man,
You so petty, and I
are
love it.
you able to show us that clip? I know
No,
you
my
don't have
shit,
internet
my
problems.
shit's acting up tonight. My shit's acting up tonight.
Damn. Oh man, that shit was hilarious. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, Elmo, you can't make this up. Am I lying? You can't make this
No,
up.
you're not lying. You are 100% telling the truth.
I don't
So basically,
understand.
for anyone who don't know, ABC posted a video recently of big back fat waddling Andrew sashaying Shantae and his ass to RuPaul into the store in that ill-fitted suit, smell like tuna, cabbage, and week-old dumpster shit. And he was sashaying, and listen, I'm not. I know I like to exaggerate sometimes, but he
He not.
was sashaying.
I could have swore he was on the runway. Like, wait a minute.
It was an extra wide runway.
I could have swore the music he was really like. That's what he was really doing was like, you better work. I mean, he seemed like he started at his car, and then he sashayed all the way down to the end of the wherever he was.
The only thing he missed was do that nice nice turnaround without missing the beat.
Yep. The model turn.
Yep. Yeah, you know he can do it because he's a motherfucking queen. All queens know how to do it.
Jeez, I was like, oh my God, like, sis, how do you keep on, how do you keep on proving us right? Somebody had to have recorded that and sent it to her.
Oh, it was recorded. It definitely was recorded by somebody. Who was
Because
recorded by? I don't know.
did he have somebody record himself?
That's what
Like,
I'm assuming because the way that was, it seemed a little bit too perfect. Like, okay, so from what I remember seeing it's shot stationary at head level of him. So it'd be really hard to prop that up and record that, especially with him not knowing how to edit shit, because we know he don't know how to edit shit. He'd have to edit that shit to where it started, just where it's at, because it didn't show him trying to run over there real quick.
So he's at the QT again.
Yep.
He parked his car. Did he park his car in front? Well, I think this was just somebody behind him. But okay, I see what it is. He parked his car like in front of the gas pump. And then he was walking into the QT station. And then he looked to the
Yeah,
side. Is this the same QT I wonder if he was cutting up about a month ago in?
probably.
But he has a blue car. What is this? Like it's a Maserati.
Well, I know someone in ABC's live today said he was seen driving a two door, not a Porsche, a two door,
This is a four-door car.
yeah, that's a four door. That wasn't from today, but they said recently they see him in a two door something. It wasn't luxury like he's used to, but it definitely wasn't a cheap car. I can't
He
remember
is
which one it was, but it was a two door. It was a two door because ABC went on talking about how he is too damn big to be in a two door car, with his head hitting the ceiling.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. You tried it, Pearly, and say, yes, honey, yes. Switch like you know your pussy is fired.
Too bad he is on fire with his hot box.
You know that hot box is not. He always talking about, and this fruit is very well prepared. Sis, that fruit is not very well prepared. Okay. That almost took me out of here when I seen that. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, I was tickled.
Okay,
How do
so yes.
you can't make this shit up though? That's the thing. You cannot make this shit up.
And so he got whoever, he probably got Tara's slow dumbass to record this, because someone is definitely recording this now that I look at it again. Someone's recording this for him.
I don't know.
I'm telling you for a fact, someone's recording this because, first of all, the way they're recording from his back while he's sashaying with his hands at 10 and 2. And then and then they turned to show the car.
There is no
That's
way.
not
But see, my thing is, I wonder if this is coming out video because
coming out again.
yeah, his coming out again video. There's no way he could have thought this was manly. That's my whole point.
Well, ain't nothing about him manly.
Like, if I saw my husband walking like that, I'd be like, is there something we need to discuss? You know,
Maybe his coochie was itching.
it's possible. Because if somebody tried to tell me he didn't have one, I have to fight him.
I mean, this is the whole thing, and ABC said it. So basically, I think he's restarting his whole coming back to the fold because his birthday's coming up,
That's true.
and nobody, including DD, has talked about him in weeks.
Not a peep. Is that even his car? Because where was he going? So Cynthia, he was parked in front of a gas pump and he was walking into the QT. Now, if he was a rich bitch, he would be able to use his Apple Pay at the pump, and he wouldn't
Yeah.
need to. Because yes, I don't use my card at the pump because I've been robbed like that before. Somebody, I guess, had one of those card readers, but you can use the tap because it has to go through your chip. He's not a rich bitch.
And see, if you got your card on your phone and it has those tap to pay readers, it scrambles your card up. No, don't even scramble it. It gives you a whole new card number to trick anyone trying to scam you.
Right. So that's the reason why I don't go because I never liked walking in anyway. But when they started those tap things, then that's when I started using them. But I will
Now,
follow.
I will say you need to be careful even inside the store because a lot of these people,
Yeah.
especially the you know what ones,
Hmm.
they have scammers inside
They
that they
do.
try to act like they don't know.
So what I do is when I go inside the store before I even put my card, I try to pick it up Like I try to make sure it's not a card reader on top of it. Yes, I do that. I learned that trick. I'm poor, and you're not gonna get the few little dollars I have. Okay.
Listen, I like my card the fuck up.
Every dollar I get is a dollar I earn.
Let me tell you. Okay, so let me tell y'all this the dumb story I learned about that taught me how to lock my card up for my safety. I went to the gym a while ago. This was back. I want to say this was back in February, Marchish area, and I used around that time. What I would do was I would put my wallet in my bag and leave it in the car. This time, however, I forgot to take my wallet out. So when I changed into my workout gear, it was in my pockets in the locker, which had a lock on it, but I guess someone popped the lock. So I got an alert from my from my Cash App card saying someone tried to use it, but I don't keep no money on my Cash App card, so I paid no attention to it. So I'm like, maybe that was something that was supposed to come out that
or a
I
scam.
did that.
Scam text.
I'm thinking of everything, but everything that normally happens, I'm just like I can write it off fast because I'm like, I know ain't nothing coming out that card because I ain't got shit. So I finished my workout, go home. It was the next day or two. I go to look at my wallet and all of my cards are gone. Every last one of them. I'm like, oh shit, I already know what happened. This happened at the damn gym. Someone popped the lock, went in the gym, stole the cards out of my wallet, put the wallet back in my pocket. And they tried to use, and I only realized it because someone tried to spend $250 something at Target.
Dummies.
Right. And it worked in my favor because this was the in between stage when you not paid yet, but you ran out of money because you paid all your damn bills like the responsible adult you're supposed to be. Oh, I hate that time. I hate that shit.
Me too.
So they girl. So they try to use it. So because I ain't had $250, $50 in my account, it declined that shit. So ever since then, I said I don't care what I do, even if I do leave my card at home, in the car, wherever, I lock my shit the fuck up, and it's actually a hassle for me because I be forgetting to unlock that shit. But I'm like, shit. At least I know if someone else try to use it, bitch is locked.
Yeah, can't get it.
Can't get shit. The lights can be dim. Sometimes the lights are dim just because the shit is raggedy. Cynthia. But what you need to do is do like who Army does. Then you go to a store, play with the card reader.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you play with it, even something as simple as moving it side to side, like on the swivel.
Yep.
Because you can tell if it's bulkier than normal, and that'll usually start to move it around a little bit, so you can feel like something shifting. Well, I heard that ding.
Huh?
I heard that ding.
That was on my computer.
Okay, fancy.
Who?
Fancy.
No, ma'am.
Call it what you want. Your shit went ding.
You know, like I run a business and I work a regular job. So I normally work like 7 days a week. And yesterday I just couldn't. I had to take the day off. And so when you come back, it's like 50 million things for you to do. You can't never just have a day off.
What's a day off?
Exactly. I haven't seen a day off in a long time.
Yeah. So before I did this live, I had a friend of mine call me. I ain't talked to her in a little bit of time, and she called and she's like, I was telling her about everything going on. And well, you need to take some time for yourself. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what my mama told me. She said, you juggle so many balls. And when she said that, I just had to, because I'm thinking something crazy. But
No.
but I told her, I was like, look, yes, I'm married or whatever, but my daughter is, I'm her only finance. Well, my husband does everything for her, but that's not his responsibility. If he was to ever
Right.
choose not to do anything, that is on him, and I can't get mad at him about it. But I am her breadwinner. Like, I can't depend on her dad. I
Right.
can't get him to send me half the money for her braces bill every month. I have to threaten to put him on child support. We talking about $50. That's half of her braces bill. So yeah. So I do. Yes, I do juggle a lot of balls. If that's what she's like, I'm just so scared you're gonna crash, and you're gonna crash, and I'm like, I know when I'm tired. Like, I know when I can't and can do something.
While you juggling them balls.
Yep. Juggling them balls.
Someone got to.
Somebody got to juggle them. If somebody don't juggle them, then if I don't do it, somebody else will.
That is true. Juggle them balls and juggle them well. Oh
No, but
shit, my baby.
that shit was
Mhm.
hilarious. That shit was hilarious with sis. Man, I was so tickled. Um, when I seen that, I ain't know what to do. It just popped up on my news feed. I'm like, oh, we ain't had a good sis laugh in a long time.
But you
And,
know what? Go ahead.
and I was gonna say, Didi, he's working a different schedule, so you know,
I think she was gonna say it was hard for him to really get into the live of things. But while we wait for her to come on back, it's just been so damn good not having to talk about Andrew and his ill conceived stunts and tricks. I enjoyed this shit. I be going to bed so non stressful. But I have to cuss a bitch out.
I kicked my own self out. Um, no, Didi is working he's working a different schedule now, so we probably won't see him for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that. Me personally, shifts like that, like those are shifts that I used to like to work because you can get up and do stuff in the morning time and work in the night, and you don't have to worry about taking your time off. You can kind of save up your time. I'm not
That's
no
one
early
reason.
bird.
I'm not either. But that's one thing I love about me being back behind the chair is I don't have like crazy hours no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like my day can be anywhere from 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. at the latest. I love that shit.
Yeah, that is. Those are actually decent hours because if you get off at 7, you still have got about 2 hours. You can get to Target or Walmart. You know,
Girl, don't say that target word. That's a cuss
but I'm just
word over
saying.
here.
Trust me,
You know I work right next door to it and I be in there all the damn time.
I would too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love a good Target, but Target is a little high for me. I'm a Walmart girl. Target is a little high for me.
I prefer Walmart, but Walmart. So to put in perspective, so where I work at, the Walmart is actually not that far from me. It's actually maybe like 5-10 minutes up the road. However, it's in the opposite direction of where I live. So I work in the middle of where the midway mark of where it would be if I was going straight to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was going to Walmart when I leave work, I would have to go further away from home, go to Walmart, and then drive right back past my job, literally past my job and Target, and go home.
Yeah, and then you would have spent that money in gas, so it wouldn't have been worth it anyway
Right.
to save a couple of coins.
Yeah. So it's just easier for me to walk across the street, go to Target, do what I gotta do, and then go home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I
I
do
just
prefer
get
Walmart.
lost. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I get in Target, I get lost with her. When I get in Walmart, I get lost. Like I just seem to find everything that I don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everything I don't need.
And see what makes it bad for me at Target, because I do the same exact thing. But this is how it gets me. So the way it's set up is the side that I walk in that's closest to my job is the home area, is the home section. So usually I go to Target really for food because I usually go when I leave. I'm usually going to Target to get some food or something to drink for when I go home. So, but I'm like, I gotta go to the home section. So I usually walk in, get my little card that I don't need, but I like to lean on it because I'm an old bitch. And I walk through the home section slowly with my headphones on so no one talk to me. And then I walk all the way to the bike. Then I'll turn and walk past electronics. And then by the time I done got to the food section, I've already seen like 12 things. I'm like, ooh, that might be on sale. Let me think about getting it. It does me such a disservice. I love Target, but I'm becoming a Walmart girl for sure. You can scan 2 things at Target. You're right. Yes, Tiara. That's why I don't like Target because you leave out of Target with literally 3 items and you're already at 45, 55, 75,
Yeah.
$85.
And you like, what the hell?
Right. And Walmart is not any better because the only difference with Walmart is you walk out with more things, but you still spend the same amount of money. You just got more things that you just seen because you don't walk around that whole damn store. That's the difference that I've noticed. So I try my best, like not to go to none of them, but I ain't learned my lesson completely.
Oh, I never like my husband is infatuated with Kroger. Like every time you send him to Kroger for one thing, well, I kind of got carried away. Yeah, you think?
Well, we don't got no
Yeah,
Kroger no
you
more down
think?
here.
And I'm bitching at him the whole time because he he done went into Kroger and spent a whole bunch of unnecessary money. And it's like, ugh, you just can't win for losing, can you?
Well, we
But
don't
see,
got Kroger down here no more, so we can't
and
do that.
it doesn't make it any better that I have Walmart, the Walmart Plus. So one thing I do like about Kroger or even Publix, in Publix, it's for the rich folks, so I can't
Oh
keep up with
yes,
them. But they the only place that sell my Ollie-Pops around here. So I do have to
those
go.
nasty as shits.
Those are great. I had one today.
Nasty as shit.
Anyways, so Publix is like for the big bougie girls. My daughter's like, why don't we shop in here? Uh, because we're not bougie. Oh my God. I'm like, I don't care what you think you are. We ain't banking like that. But I mean, when you go into Publix, everything is so nice and orderly and clean. And, sometimes when you go into Walmart, you're going to get that person with the stank attitude in the front. And I'm okay with that. You don't have to be pleasant to me. It doesn't matter. Just don't not ring up my stuff right. And we
Girl, you
good.
get cashiers.
Huh?
You get cashiers when you go to y'all Walmart.
Well, I'm talking about the door greeter.
We only get that. Let me tell you. Because I just went to Walmart literally days ago. And I had a whole ghetto moment because I was saying some shit out loud that I probably shouldn't have, but I did. First of all, we walk in there, and what we get is everybody standing around looking at you. We don't get and they're not door greeters, they're just employees who stand around looking at your ass. So then we do the so yeah, me and Bessie, we walking around and we walking past the register, what should be the registers, and we hear a girl tell one of her coworkers, she goes, "Hey, watch my lane while I go help this guest." And so I'm looking at her and I'm like, "Yo, lane, girl, these are self checkouts." So now instead of having cashiers, they have self checkouts, and the people who should be cashiers are watching them, calling them lanes. I'm like, well, what the fuck is the point of taking away the cash registers if y'all gonna have these people watching lanes and people doing self checkout?
Yup.
They could
But
have done
see,
damn register.
what I like about Walmart though, is that you can scan while you shop. So basically, all you got to do is go up there. You can go to the front, pay, and or you can pay for it, show your receipt, and go on out the door. That's what I started doing.
Girl, I ain't paying those 39.85 plus 56.78 for no damn app
It
to
ain't. It's
scan some
only what
shit.
14.99. But I order from
That's
Walmart all the time. Like literally, I probably
that's still
order. I can order every day if you let me. But
that's still too much. I'm still gonna keep my 89.58 in my pocket and not for no app that I'm only gonna use when I need to go.
as a matter of fact, I got to do a Walmart order tonight. Um, it's time for groceries. You know, when you have kids, you always they're like I swear they're like human garbage disposals.
Yes, when you get them, they get their ass the very cheap shit. This shit better last you for a whole 31
They don't
days.
listen. That's not how it goes with kids. Like, and I tell them all the time. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all
That's
eat this
because you
shit up.
nice.
And I told them in the middle of June. I said, if y'all eat this shit up, I'm telling you, y'all are gonna be hungry because I'm not doing. I had done like 2 Walmart orders in the week, and it's. I swear, it's almost like you've never fed them before, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? Like, y'all act like nobody has ever fed you.
You
Oh, I'm
being
so
nice and letting them
hungry.
eat as much as they want.
But the thing is kids like my son, man, I swear I watched him today. Well, I watched him yesterday. So we went to the beach. We went and got pizzas because I didn't want them worrying me after we left the beach. I didn't want them talking about, oh, I'm hungry. I'm like, look, we're gonna order these pizzas and this fettuccine so that way y'all can eat now. Y'all gonna have something left over when we get back to the room. Y'all can just warm it up in the microwave. My son almost ate the whole pepperoni pizza by himself. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I had my own because I like gluten free. And so I had my own little, it was a very small, I had like 4 mini slices. Not only did he eat like 4 or 5 slices of the big pizza, he ate mine too. And I'm like, oh my God. Like you used to buy him a Happy Meal. You can't do that anymore. And then my daughter, she just eats. She is like, she's always been like this. My mom was like, well, did you starve her when you were pregnant? My daughter is infatuated with food. Don't gain no weight, just infatuated with food. It's really scary.
Big dog. What's it? Might hit her. It might hit her in her late 20s.
Yes, what I told her. I said, you better always be active. But her dad is very small, and his sister is very small too. And they eat a lot. So she seemed like she got them genes from him.
Well, I hope so because I know that's what happened to me when I all my life. I kid y'all not. I was rail like y'all call me skinny now.
Me too.
I
I
used
was
to be
real skinny.
rail. Yeah, I
Me
used to
too.
be. I would stop in the kids section. So, but I was that skinny. When I hit about 24, 25 ish, that's when the weight started packing on.
Well, when I after I so I was always skinny like that too. Because I told my daughter the way you look now is how I looked as a in college. Because they have these adult bodies now. And then
Mhm.
I got fat. I got a little bigger towards my end of college because I was, doing number eating and studying. And then I got small again. And then I got married and got a little bit bigger, but then got smaller, got divorced, got smaller, got pregnant. And I was small for a long time until my weight has fluctuated. And now after my son, like even though I had weight loss surgery, I had some issues with it. So then I got bigger again. So now I'm getting smaller. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. I'll say that. I just told my daughter, look, I'm over 40. I'm just happy to be alive. That's
Maybe one day I'll go on my Facebook and get one of my skin tea pictures and post it and show y'all asses how I used to see my rib cage and count my ribs,
yeah.
even though I was eating a shit ton of food. Maybe I'll think about it. I probably won't, but I'll think about it.
I had the body. I told her, I said I had the body that the girls wanted, honey.
Girl,
Now
so did I.
I'm just barely making it. Ugh,
I was goals back then, but now I'm fat. I
yeah.
remember when I had my 6 pack too. It was only a 6 pack when I laid down, but it was a 6 pack. I was like, ooh, I got me a little baby 6 pack. It's just barely poking out. Now I'm sitting there like I got a big old keg.
My daughter was talking about, well, that's happy fat, mom. I'm like, look, there is no such thing as happy fat. Okay, don't even go
These,
there.
these kids nowadays, they want to put a name to every damn thing. No, baby, we
Like,
just fat.
oh, wait a minute. So my daughter, right? She loves to get her hair done. Really, if you let her, she get her hair done every week. So I told her about a week ago. I said, let me tell you something. If you take those braids down, you're not gonna be able to get your hair done. Now my mama heard her when she said, okay. So she came in here and she was like, Mom, can such and such do my hair? Blah blah. I'm like, no, because you know we going to Miami. You're gonna have to, oh, this style's gonna last me. I told her, look, I'm not. No. She comes in here, what was it? What's today? She comes in here Thursday, very upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? I know something's wrong with you. Oh, Mom, I just want to get my hair done. I mean, she was literally crying. And I was like, I told you already, no. So then she was like, well, if I call my dad, I said, you know what, call him and see if he'll give you some money. So she calls him. And so she was like, well, Mom, it's called hair depression. I said, excuse me?
What?
What is hair depression? She said, hair depression is a real thing. I said, listen, I said, y'all said the most bullshit stuff. Like, y'all just say stuff to try to solidify feelings. And, you know, this is ridiculous. Hair depression is not a real thing. I said, what are you
Right.
going to do when you get it? I said, first of all, I cannot wait to see you when you have to make that first rent payment or that first car payment. I said, you better try to stay home as long as you can. Because when you have to start paying your own bills, I just want to, I said, I'm going to be there because I'm going to be sniggling in the background. Hair depression. I said, girl, if you don't get the hell, what is hair depression? Never heard of it.
I ain't either, girl. You told me something new, and I'm a whole hairstylist.
Hair depression. That's why I was actually going to text you and ask you, was it a real thing? But
But
I
I
said,
would
you
have
know,
said,
I'm
I
not
would
even
have
going to
laughed
waste
in
so
your
much
face and
time.
said no.
I said, I'm not even gonna waste your time on it. Like,
No, no,
cause
no.
it was
What I
just been a
want,
waste of time.
listen. I'm gonna say this live on the air so that no one can say I ain't say it. Really, so I can't say I ain't never say it. Actually, anytime you hear some bullshit like that, please call me up with me on speakerphone so your kids can hear me laugh in their face.
I just,
Hold up, wait. It make that's asterisk. As long as you know I may cuss, because
you
you know.
know, it ain't won't be like they ain't never heard it before. Cause if they don't hear it here, they hear it in the music they listen to.
Well, I just
So
gotta say that because you know I got a mouth worse than a sailor, so I got to say that.
if they at the age now where it's just like you don't guard your words anymore. Like you just can't guard your words anymore. Like stuff just come out and. I mean, why you just can't be chill? I can't be chill because you don't know how to be chill. Coming to me with some crap like that.
Yeah, something. If I was at work, you should have called me. You should have called me up on the main line on speakerphone, because something like that would have caught me off guard, especially if I was at work, and I would have said, "What the fuck is hair
Hair
depression?"
depression. It's a real thing, Mom. I'm like, girl, I said, girl, if you don't get away from me, hair
I've been on
depression.
God's green earth for 33 years. I've been a professional hair world person for over three, 4, 5. I don't know. Some of these years, I don't remember what I finished, but I finished. That's all that matters. And I ain't never heard no damn shit called hair depression. That's some bullshit.
Hair depression. I just looked at her. And so that night I called my mom and I was like, Mom, you gotta hear this or whatever. And she was like, you need to watch her because, and I'm like, if you start talking about stuff like that, and you can't get your hair done something minute like that, what else would you do? I said, that's how people end up on the pole.
Yeah.
Because you
She'll
can't get
end
your
up
hair
being
done.
committed.
I said,
She'll
that's
end up
how,
being committed. That's what the fuck she gonna be doing. They gonna lock her ass up in a padded room with a padded
yep.
cell and a crazy ass roommate.
I'm gonna advocate for it too.
I agree with you.
Hair
You want to be
depression.
so depressed? Take your ass and see real depression, girl.
You don't know nothing about depression. I'll tell you some stuff in your life that'll make you cry.
Girl, just tell her you gonna send her to me. That should scare the fuck out of her.
Hair
You know I
depression.
don't like kids in the first damn place.
Ah, I'm telling you, my daughter, she is. I had pretty much told the kids in the car. I told my daughter, you complain about every damn thing. I said, if you keep on like this, nobody is gonna want to be around you. I said, what's gonna happen is your friends are gonna go on trips without you because they're not gonna want to deal with your mess. You complain about everything. Oh, we're not staying in a 5-star hotel. Oh, child, you got some 5-star money.
Oh, girl, I got a great reference that you would remember. She gonna turn out to be just like Krista off of College Hill season 4.
Child,
I was watching that today. That's why I know that reference so
whole
good.
mess. My daughter's a whole mess. Like she's spoiled. That's the problem. That's the real problem. And a
And
lot
that's
of
what
it,
that was
I blame
Crystal.
on my mom. Cause see, I'll tell her no, or even my husband, I'll tell her no, and she'll go to my mom, and then my mom will call me and fuss me out. And I'm like, Mama, I said, like, we go to her house. "Ah, well, I'm here to love, not to discipline. I'm like, are you serious? You almost killed me
Mhm,
when I was younger. What you mean here to
mhm.
love? I'm here to love and not to discipline. Are you serious? Oh,
Well, love that belt on her ass.
she's just misunderstood. She's misunderstood? What you mean she's misunderstood?
Well, that's when you misunderstand that belt to the back of her ass.
Misunderstood. I'm like, are you serious? She's just misunderstood. If I would, mm-mm. Child, please,
Shit. The
you would have,
fuck?
you would have lit me. You would have lit a fire into my ass. That's half the stuff you let go with her. Don't talk to her like that. I must say, oh, don't fuss at him. What you mean, don't fuss at him? Don't fuss at him. Are you serious? Ugh. I be trying to get into these different characters that ABC be posting, but I just can't get into Ken no Barbie. I don't know why. I just can't get into him.
I can tell you why you can't, because he's full of shit, and not in a good way.
Like today we were on the live when she was talking about he was at the Oyo. I'm like, who in their right mind would ever believe that the Oyo is a up class hotel? When every Oyo you go to anywhere in the United States is riddled with crime, drugs, and prostitution.
Well, I didn't even know. I never even heard of an Oyo, but then again, I'm not a prostitute nor a horror, so I wouldn't know. But see, this is the problem I have with Ken. He's trying to play this thing of he's trans, which maybe he is, and so maybe he is. And that's the root of his problems. I just don't buy it. I don't.
So is he really just a gay man that wears clothes? I mean, what
That's what
is
I
he
think.
really?
That I think he is just just a gay boy
Wonder
in
girl.
Atlanta. Yeah, he just wants to be. He's a gay boy who want to wear girls' clothes for attention. That's my understanding. Because everything I know of him, he has never said anything about trans or did this before, to my knowledge. And it's kind of coming out of left field. And now I think what also what may get me is that I know a lot of times, especially gay men, they'll try to say, "Oh, I'm trans," when they're really not, but they say it as a stunt.
So is it supposed to be like a come up if you're trans? Like, what am I missing?
For some people, yeah, it's a come up because trans in the Rainbow Coalition world, a good passable trans woman
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like the Beyonce of that world. Because a good like Amaya Scott, I'm not saying her name right, but you know the one I'm talking about, the one who was on Star.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She would be considered a Beyonce of the Rainbow Coalition in the trans world.
Hmm.
T.S. Madison would be a Beyonce of the trans world because they are passable women who, if they could go into just about any setting they want, and people would look at them as real fish.
Hmm. That's
So
interesting.
that's kind of what when you're in that world of you want to be passable, you looking at people like them.
But the thing with Ken no Barbie is that Ken is not okay. Ken is not passable. Shamar is not passable. Tommy is
Nope,
not passable.
nope,
What's the other one? Mother Goat. Ty is not passable.
nope.
Um,
Tommy is not passable.
I mean, none of them are passable, so I don't understand. Like for
The
me,
problem,
T.S. Madison, and I don't even think really maybe T.S. Madison did have a boob job, but as far as like facial features, I think for the most part that's her natural look, right?
yeah. So Maddie had her boobs worked on. Um, she hasn't had bottom surgery, and I don't think she really wants it.
She still has her private parts, right?
Yeah, she hasn't had no.
Okay,
Yeah, she does. She's never had the bottom surgery, so everything down below is completely hers.
okay,
But I don't think I think beyond the boob job, I don't recall her
yeah.
ever having any other surgery. So that's pretty
She didn't
much
get butt surgery, did
100% her.
she?
Huh?
She didn't get butt surgery either, did she?
No, she always had a butt.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I was just see I would say this about TS. Yes, I knew TS was biologically a male. Um, but she is a passable, she's definitely passable. She's pretty, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but she's definitely passable. She's just one of those that has that everybody don't have that natural look. Everybody
Right.
can't. Like I would give it like Cherry the Boom. Although I think Cherry's attitude is shitty. Same thing with Savannah. Look wise, they look like women. Now, Cherry just has a nasty disposition. Savannah is okay, but Savannah, the thing about Savannah for me, Savannah has 2 children, a son, and so does Ari the Don. I don't know if you're familiar with Ari the Don, but Ari
No,
the
I don't know who
Don
that is.
is a trans woman, and I do respect Ari because Ari is she's all about knowledge, and she gives out a lot of information just so nothing is misconstrued. So she's open with talking about like her injections, where she gets them from. But Ari has a daughter that's in college here in Atlanta, and then she also has a son. And I think somebody was asking her about her children, accepting her children, whatever. But I know Savannah has kids, but Savannah, her voice is very deep. And so
Hmm.
Savannah, in that aspect, that's what gives Savannah away is that voice. But Savannah is she definitely pretty. I'm not going to take it away from her. But Ari did kind of explain the reason why Savannah and Cherry specifically are so mean, and it's because they don't keep up on those hormone shots like they should. And that would
Correct.
make you very bitchy, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because the thing is, the hormones are fluctuating, and hormones are expensive. Whether you're taking the pill or the shot, they're very expensive. So some girls typically, and I'm not saying that these women can't afford it, because I'm sure they can. But when you don't keep up on them, it's just like pregnancy, where your hormones are fluctuating. So one minute you're happy, next minute you're not,
Yep.
next minute you want to cry. It's the same thing.
Because aren't you inserting like estrogen in your body?
Yeah, yeah,
That's just like being on birth control. Being on birth control will make you moody too. But she
yeah.
was
So
giving a lot. She was dropping like Ari drops a lot of knowledge. Like she'll tell you where to go get it. Like what's better, the one from India, the one from Philippines. Like she gives
mhm.
you all the knowledge. I guess for those who she's trying to help through the process.
Yeah, it's a
Which I
helping measure
respect that.
because even the lady I used to work with, who I always talk about, helped me when I went into supercuts and started learning how to cut hair, well, cut men's hair. She's trans, and she at one point even asked me, she's like, are you trans? Because if so, I'm gonna give you the number to my surgeon and how to get all the stuff properly. And I had to tell her, I said, no, I'm not trans, baby. I don't want to transition. That's not my lane, respectfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of times when they do that, they're trying to help the younger trans men and women properly, because otherwise, what happens is a lot of them tend to go to the wrong people, back alleys,
Yep.
the injection parties, and all that stuff. So that's the thing. Um, But yeah, the goal is always to be as passable as possible. You want to be able to step into a room and people go, "Oh, that woman is beautiful," instead of going, "Oh, that's a trans
That's a
woman."
man. Look, that's a man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Thank you. That's basically what I was trying to say. You knew the assignment. So that's the thing. And the thing with all those other ones who are trying, Shamar and all them, they will never be passable because one, it's a lifestyle change. It's not, a lot of people tend to think being trans means I'm going to look like a girl. That's not. Yeah, you want to look like a girl or a guy, depending on which way you're turning. But that's just a part of the story. It's not the full
Right.
story, and that's the part that they're neglecting to understand. It's it's more than just I like these cute outfits and wigs, so I'm going to become trans. That is absolutely positively 100% not what the goal is. A real trans person is someone who knows, typically from a young age, which is why they say from birth, but from a young age, that something is not right. This is not the body I'm supposed to be in. So
Yeah,
that's
that
the
makes
problem. Yeah, and that's why. And I don't want to turn this into this whole thing, but that's why a lot of times people do fight and say, "I know I was gay or trans from birth," because they do. You do know. You may not know the wording, but you know. You know, for gay boys, they know again they don't know the words typically, but they know the girls is cute. Ooh, but I really like that boy over there. He's really cute. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Just like for straight people know damn well when they were young, they knew that for men the girls look cute, and for girls the guys was cute. You know what you are from birth until the adults start putting their own input and opinion on it.
Yep, that's true.
That irritates me because shit. If you want to talk about who's turning who, how about the adults just stop trying to put damn sexuality on damn kids? Let the kids be damn kids. They don't need to
That's
be
true.
straight, bisexual, or gay. The
I
kids
agree.
don't know nothing about it.
They don't know. We corrupt their minds with all kind of stuff. Like just
Yep.
let them be children. Like even with my son, right? And I think I've said this before. My son likes rainbows,
Mhm.
and he's 5, 6. Like you're not thinking he don't know anything about gay, straight, or anything like that. He just know he like
Right.
rainbows. And
Right.
so, like, I was kind of, but my husband was like, "There's nothing wrong with that." He's a kid. They're in kindergarten. They don't know about gay and all that kind of stuff. They just like rainbows. Eventually, maybe when he gets a little bit older, then he might grow out of it or whatever. But you can't you don't make a big deal about it. Which, of course, I didn't, because, like I said, regardless, um, regardless of whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna love him, but that's just like you when you start telling the kids, "Oh, you're gay if you like rainbows." They don't know nothing about that.
Right.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's the basics of all that. So Ken's trying to do this whole narrative of he's trans. While there may be truth to it. I don't never want to say he's
Right.
say without certainty. But it's still a slap in the face because it it comes off as if you're trying to make a storyline to make sure you stay into the fold for the cash apps.
Yep. There you go. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that's what it really is. It's like he feels like maybe, if he plays this role that he'll get more people to buy in.
Right. So that's the basics of it. But I mean, I don't want to follow Ken because no. But I do think that I do like how AC is trying to incorporate new people in because I do agree with everyone when she says we need new characters. I'm ready for these main characters right now to be canceled, and we get a whole new show.
Yep.
I'm tired of all of them. I'm tired of
That's
Andrew. Andrew is a one trick pony.
He
They
is a
all
one
are.
trick pony. He sure is.
I
Golly,
think
like
all of them are one trick ponies though.
Let me tell you something, Elmo. I was so happy when we didn't hear from him, and the only thing that we have is just that sashaying video, and ain't shit changed. Um,
Yeah.
like that just did. You know how that made me feel? Like I just felt so much joy because it's like, damn, we really don't need to talk about this nigga. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel whenever ever since we've been on this quiet time from Andy, it has been so much brighter. The sun shines a little stronger. The winds blow a little harder. The rain feels a little bit warmer. My walk is a little sexier.
mm-hmm.
It just feels so good. It's so good.
Yep. And you
You
know
know,
what? I don't feel so like clogged up. Like,
yeah.
just it's almost like with sis, I would just be so exhausted. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would be so exhausted from talking about him until like I would sometimes even in the middle of a live, I would just have to get off because it was just too much. Like it really was too much for me. And now that we
Right.
talk about other things, I just feel so free, I guess is what you could say.
I agree.
Like I have been following him. You know, I really have been following him for the last 10 years. Maybe not as heavy as recently, but I have been following him for a while. And these last, I would say, COVID was funny. It was okay because it was like super funny. But then, like when he got hired at the radio station, oh boy, like I have been exhausted since that time.
I'm glad I did not know him during the height of that because I would have been exhausted. I am happy up came at the tail end of all of that because even that part was just draining, like too much.
Yeah, it was
And
too
I'm,
much. Like it's way too much for any of
and I'm gonna
us.
tell you, I'll tell you like this. I think the one who may have the most diversity, which is still very limited, is Shamar.
Yeah, I don't seem to get as exhausting with him because to me with Shamar, he's just funny as fuck. Like he'll he's just funny. Like he really is hilarious. Um there's no other way to say that. Like he is like a train wreck. Um
And you can't look away from it.
and you can't not look away. And you know what? At one point in time when sis was like that, he was like a train wreck. Like when he would go around talking about these cease and desist, the shit was just hilarious. And then when he got that radio station job, he just went left. Exactly, Tierra. I know Tiffany's still recovering because
Yeah.
I would need a drink a day for probably the next year to try to recoup from that. But it's like with Shamar, it's a train, and all these other people, it's just a train wreck. Like Netta and Joe, because you know Netta was on live a little while ago, and I'm just sick of their asses. Um, they have no content. I don't even know why people are still giving them a moment, but I'm sick of them. I'm sick of Keno Barbie. I'm sick of Tommy. Shamar, I could probably keep laughing at him for a while because he'll be with a different man soon, and so we'll have something else. The Apple Store Queen, she didn't. I'm sick of her ass and her non bathing ass. Um, like I know I had put up a video about Tracy Barbie with her crunchy wig. You know her wig is still crunchy. It's like, come on, people. Like y'all ain't in all these years. Y'all still ain't did nothing. Y'all still, in the same place y'all were 10 years ago.
I'm surprised that Tracy Barbie is still doing well. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Because you would think that you would learn from Catfish,
Hmm.
but clearly, I mean, but then again, I'm not surprised because look how bad she was then.
She's worse now. Like
How do
she's
they?
that same
Well, with
wig.
the person like Tracy, there's no way up but down.
Yep, that's that's right. That's right. You are
Because
100% correct.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember her from Catfish. Catfish, she was She was a horrible person then. They tried to give her. They tried so hard to get her a redeeming quality on Catfish, and she failed that. Then even after Catfish, she was still just like the same mean, nasty person, saying basically she'd do it again, all because the girl was pretty. So she has no redeeming qualities. At this point, the bitch needs to be put in a damn psycho mental facility.
But remember, she was on Dr. Phil too.
I never seen on Dr. Phil.
So she was the one on Dr. Phil who was talking about her she doesn't like black people and they're ghetto and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, bitch, if you looked in the mirror, you are dark skinned. You're not even light skinned. You are dark. What
Her
the hell are
mom
you
is
talking about?
actually because her mom is actually island. I can't remember which one. Maybe Jamaican, but I can't remember. But she's one. Her mom is an island girl.
She is an embarrassment to black people. I'll just say that. Like,
Because they showed her mom on Catfish. Her mom is an island woman. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember which island it was, but I know for a fact her mom was from the islands.
she was from the islands.
Her mom is.
I don't remember her being on Catfish. I just remember her being on Dr. Phil.
Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Hold on 1 second. I can tell you exactly which one it was because it was one. It was an early thing, early episode of Catfish when Max was still on there. Hold on, I'm looking up. I remember afterwards, after Catfish, she got. I think I don't know if she married him, but she got with a white guy.
Nah, she ain't. She ain't married nobody. She just
Okay,
always be with white boys.
maybe she didn't marry him, but she definitely was with a white boy.
Yeah, that's what she dates is white boys.
Yeah, because she wanted to be white
Yeah.
so bad.
I need to live. I need to breathe.
Okay, Auntie Mary, don't do that. Jacqueline Linkwood was the episode. She was mad at the pretty girl because she said she didn't like her only because the girl was cute. She was on. Let me see what they said. What episode it was? Um. Do 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 do. That does not tell me. But I remember Jacqueline Linkwood because that was the fake name she used. Damn.
I wonder did she go on Catfish first and then she went on
Yeah, she went on Catfish first. She went on Catfish in 2012, and then she went on Dr. Phil apparently in 2015.
still an embarrassment to black people.
Yep. But I'm trying to find which episode it was. Season 4, episode 13.
Okay. So it was early Catfish days.
Yeah. And I knew it was early because Max was still on there. And Max left. He was on there for a long time, but he left still in the early stages. I think they're on like what, season 25 and a half? I'm exaggerating, but
You're probably right.
at this point, who knows? Because after Neve had that investigation on him, it kind of broke off a little bit. But yeah, she was season 4, episode 13. Because she called herself Jacqueline Linkwood. And they was talking about because they were talking about how she had tweets and stuff about like Hannah Montana and stuff. And they were like, and it was so mentally unstable. Like the stuff she would put was so mentally unstable. See, 1 minute talk about Hannah Montana, and then she sit there and say some sexually explicit stuff. None of it made sense.
She doesn't make sense.
No, not at all. Let's see if I can find a clip of her mom.
What could you do as Jacqueline that you couldn't do as Tracy? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Jacqueline, I could talk to anyone I wanted and like bully people and stuff. You know, because that's when people bully me. So like I have to bully other people to get revenge. But why take out what people do to you on other people who didn't do anything to you? Because they bullied me too. Like people, they're like, you're fake. But you were fake. What could you do as Jacqueline that you couldn't do as Tracy? Oh my gosh. I don't know. As Jacqueline, I could talk to anyone I wanted and like bully people and stuff. You know, because that's when people bully me. So like I have to bully other people to get revenge. But why take out what people do to you on other people who didn't do anything to you? Because they bully me too. Like people, they're like, you're fake.
Okay, so it is repeating itself. Okay, hold on. That's not the one I want anyway. Man, no, I can't do it. But just that clip alone shows how mentally unstable the bitch was. Because did y'all hear that clearly? For me? That's what said her hair sounds like the Chuck E. Cheese machine, ticket eating machine.
You ain't lying.
No, they not lying because this she's combing his hair and it sounds exactly like it.
It sounds like real. Like her hair is just fucked up. Like
goddamn.
And
And
then,
I think she actually did get married to a white man because this is another video I'm watching where it says she got locked out of her house by her husband Mitch.
hmm,
So I think she did get married at least once.
anything's possible. I don't know who would marry her.
It was a white man, definitely. I know it's definitely a white man. So I think he just didn't know what the level of crazy she was. They're going in on this weed being crunchy.
It is. It sounds like, geez, it's just horrible.
Sound like synthetic.
It's definitely not giving real.
And it never gave real and it never gave authentic.
It didn't give anything. I can hear that all the way through here. Now, come on, Tracy.
Now, what do you think she's using? Do you think she's using a comb or brush?
A brush?
Wrong. It's a
You lying.
comb.
Oh boy, that's terrible.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Gosh, that is just painful.
Girl, hello. And it ain't getting no better. And it don't help that this is blonde. Like this is
That just sounds painful. Like,
You said what?
that sounds like it hurts. Like,
That shit sound like it's gonna snap at any moment.
that. Why would she even try to use a comb for that mane?
Because the girl ain't smart. All that blonde, she needs to just throw that shit away because the shit look ate out in the bike anyway.
Like, I don't want anyone coming in here right now. I'm like, fucking, oh my god, why did you open this fucking door? I don't want anyone coming in right now. I'm annoyed. Zach's annoying me. You guys are annoying me. All I want is Zach. I don't care about anyone but Zach. That's all I care about. Open the door! Fucking ugly bitch. I don't know.
Who is she talking to?
That's gonna be her husband that she's talking to.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And now I don't know how true it is, but she said she was pregnant.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, this is one of the times that he allegedly locked her out the house.
Oh, is this recent? Because this
This
happened
video was from 3
recently.
years ago.
Huh.
Yeah, this is
Interesting.
from 3 years ago. I know at one point she did say she had a baby, but I thought that was what she said there. I thought that was years ago. But then again, it could have been lied to. I don't know. I don't damn know.
Nobody wants to impregnate her.
I don't see how she even getting men. A simple Google search will tell them all they need to know.
First of all, her hair should tell them all they need to know.
That too. Because she's surely given. I found this old shake and go wig and slapped it on my head and didn't even make sure it was fitted right. Because that's what got me. The mom's hair was looking nice on Catfish. She had some nice, I think she had braids or something, but they looked well done. They didn't look ratty. They looked like they were fresh. And then you look at her and her shit look like it looks. Trash. Yeah, I think she has a brother too.
She has a sister. I know she has a sister because her sister was on the show.
Maybe it's a sister I'm thinking of, but because I thought I knew she had a sibling, but I thought it was a brother. Maybe it was a sister then. Maybe it was a sister.
Well, I need to hop down because my children act like I ain't never been there for them.
Well, then that's perfect. Then we'll just end it here because I'm gonna lay it on down.
Well, this was good talking, good release because I know tomorrow's the beginning of a new work week and
And don't remind me.
I'll be stressed out somewhere on the table.
And I gotta take my braids out and shampoo this head by probably Tuesday.
I need
Don't
to do it
remind me.
too because I got sand. Even though I didn't get, sand be flying in your hair, and I have been scratching
Mhm.
my head.
And I did a good scrub in my head because Lord Jesus, it's itching like a mofo.
All right, well, we'll talk later.
All right, y'all have a beautiful night. Thank you everyone for coming. We will do this again sometime when I do this. Love y'all. Bye.